All right, TikTok. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Very slow trading week for me personally. Very slow. We had a no trade day for the past 3 trading days. Only low quality setups, so we don't want to take any of those dookie shitty setups. We only had a trade on Monday. If I find, oh my god, so many drawings. Hold on, let me get rid of all this. We only had a trade on Monday, which was a loss. Okay, and then last week was 3 trades. We destroyed it last week. You guys already know. We had 7.5 on Thursday. Passed my free trial 50. Let's go, Sean. Wait, what do you mean free trial? Was it free trial? What? But yeah, and on Wednesday we had a killer day as well, our biggest day. So it's been a slow week this week. Markets have been as good as they were for us last week. So, you know, we're not going to suffer and take low quality setups just to trade to catch a trade. That's something a lot of you guys make mistakes for, is trying to just get a trade in just so you can trade. But you got to minimize that. Only take trades that align with your setup, only align with your rules, and only align with your criteria. That's it. Got an FTMO, same rules, everything. Yo, it gets locked after. I've never heard of that, Sean. Is there a brother? Yeah, Daryl's my brother. He's my twin. No, I'm just kidding. He's not my twin. Daryl's just the homie. We're related, but not related. In a way. We're related, but not related. But he's a W as well. He's a very, very W trader and W homie. But yeah, last week was a good week. So we're up still good, really good from last week because we didn't give our gains back from taking low quality setups today. We can run through a recap of today if you guys want me to. We can go over what we saw for today. Why do I still have these trades? Why'd you take that trade? Which trade, John? This trade? Which trade? I was zooming through a bunch of different days. This is Monday. This is Friday. This is Thursday. This is Thursday, and then there's this one over here. If you're asking about this trade, it's all with my momentum model, right? Very simple. All we look for is clear trend direction, okay? Higher highs and higher lows. As soon as we get a momentum candle after a pullback, while we're using our 3-point criteria to help us get our bias and play in direction of the trend, we wait for that, have all those 3 criteria hit. We wait for a clear trend and then a pullback while respecting the trend, and then a momentum candle. Enter off that, stops at the low, target the previous swing high, and you do it like that. What's good, Ryan? So it's very simple. It's like one of the easiest strategies. I built it myself through trial and error, and now I'm on here like trying to like help you guys understand it. If you guys want to learn a strategy, like mine's so easy to use. I use it every day. I'm like been profitable with this over the past year and 4 months. So thanks for sharing. Of course. If you got any questions, guys, let me know down in the chat. It's been a minute, Ryan, bro. It has been a minute. How you been, bro? How many trades you take a month? Okay, that's a good question. On average per month, it varies, but I would say probably like 10 to 20 trades a month. 10 to 20 trades a month. Taking the game the way serious thing since like taking my computer as long as a long-term thing. That's fire, bro. How's that going, man? But yeah, I don't take that many trades a month. Like I don't take multiple trades a day because I like taking with my strategy only A+ trades within the first 45 minutes of market open. Right? If you guys see my trades before, I only trade the first 45 minutes of market open. I'm calling after that. If I get a setup at the 46th minute mark, I'm not taking it. Okay, I'm not taking it at all. Why? Because I don't care. I don't care if it's not in my trading window. I'm not taking it. It's called having discipline. Funded or funded, John. And what is the percentage of profit and losing trades? I think you mean win rate and your win rate. If you're talking about win rate, I have a 65 to 70% win rate. I haven't been tracking it, but 65 70% win rate. and lost trades. I don't know what you mean by lost trades. My average RR is 1 to 1 to 1.5. 1 to 1.5. How many 50s for Rita? You already know, bro. I use 5, bro. I use 5, but I have a buffer on them. Like, you guys know how we were able to make this big of a amount on this day? It was because of our buffer. And as you build a buffer, you can scale up. That's the thing, right? Like this other day, 1,500. It's not fair. Bro, Rita, it's all about, like, that's the thing when you have a high win rate. It allows you to scale up quicker. Why? Because when you have a high win rate, you're more likely going to go on win streaks a lot quicker, a lot easier than lose streaks. Okay, and my average is 1 to 1 to 1 to 1.5. Like, most of my trades sit between 1 to 1 and 1 to 2. Okay, and the average is around 1 to 1.5. So in that case, since I'm winning more trades than I'm losing, and I'm making a little more on average of my winners than when I'm losing, that allows me to go on more win streaks. And when I take a withdraw, I still have a little bit of buffer left. And then every time I withdraw, I have more buffer, withdraw, more buffer, and then I get to scale up because I have bigger buffer. And then with the rules with Apex, as you get more profit on your account, for example, 5,200 on your account, they go based off of 50%. And they go based off of not 50%, sorry, I'm talking about the consistency rule. Not the consistency rule, the negative rule. Mixing it up. Liar trade. Okay, buddy. Trade live every single day in the Discord. Adrian, why'd you blow your account? What'd you do? You try any other trading strategies? Yeah, Roman, I actually did try other strategies in the past. I've traded every possible strategy there is in the book. Maybe not every, but a majority of them. I've traded SMC. I've traded support and resistance, supply and demand, volume profile, a little bit of order flow, footprint charts. I've tried, I don't know. I can't name the rest. I don't even know what the rest of them are, bro. It's been a long path of 4.5 years. So how much should I start once I pass? Because he wants to meet for dude, once you pass, guys, okay, pay attention, because like a lot of people don't know how to properly risk with the funded. It's not the same as with the personal. Okay, it's not the same as with the personal. When you're using a funded, the way you should manage your risk, I went over this in my video, by the way. If you guys go on my YouTube channel, I have a full A through Z guide that teaches you guys everything A through Z, from like literally setting up your accounts. If you've never clicked the buy or sell button ever, you'll learn how to trade in this all from the entire series and be ahead of like 90% of traders. Like, I just uploaded a video about props. You guys know prop firms. The full guide's like 40 minutes long, explaining everything. One of the sections, Jesus Christ, talked about risk management, how to risk on fundeds. My go-to for risking on fundeds, and what I tell all my students, is go for using 10 to 30% of your drawdown per trade as your risk. Okay, real quick, let me show you guys how to find that video. Tyler, I know you asked. If you guys go to my YouTube channel and go to the playlist tab and watch all these videos top to bottom. Okay, the last video I just uploaded. Hold up. It's a full prop guide. Okay, that one's gonna explain everything about props. And what I was explaining earlier was What I was explaining earlier was the way you guys should manage risk on fundeds is by using 10 to 30% of your drawdown, not your account, but drawdown per trade. Okay, if you have a higher win rate, you can get away with doing more percentage risk. If you have a lower win rate, you can get away with doing lower percentage risk. So for 50, you'd risk 10 to 30. Yes, exactly, John. Exactly. That's exactly. So depending on how much like your win rate is, you can go higher percentage or lower percentage if you have a lower win rate. Ryan, I know. Literally, it's like you can't stop it, bro. Rita, you said what's a buffer? I'm not English. So buffer, Rita. All a buffer was whenever you kind of have a lot more wiggle room on your account. For example, let's say I have a 50K and then I put like 6K profit off of it, and then let's say I withdraw $2,000, then I have a 4K buffer from like my stop loss. Originally my drawdown's 2.5K, but now it's 4K because I have a buffer, meaning I left a little more of a gap from my drawdown to my current like account level. Okay, and the bigger the gap is called, the bigger is building a buffer, quote unquote. Love you, bro. Appreciate you, Dr. Doofin. Doofin Squirts is crazy. Oh, that's funny. How y'all doing, man? Yes, guys. I'm not sure. We're not going to be trading tomorrow. Markets are closed Friday. Stock market's closed. There's not going to be a live tomorrow. By the way, we trade live every single morning in the Discord with the team. So if you guys want to watch your trade live and be part of the community of winners, of like-minded traders, tune into that. Right? We're an education-based community. So I understand. So you're not withdrawing. I'm withdrawing the max that I can, Rita, because you know, prop firms, they have a max withdrawal. I'm withdrawing the max that I can. The max that I can, right? But the max that I can still allows me to have more wiggle room because it's not taking out all of my profit, right? The amount that I'm able to withdraw takes only a portion of the profit. So whatever profit is left over helps me build the account more, because now I start, instead of starting at 50K, I start at 53K after my withdrawal. And when I scale that up and I get to like 58K and I withdraw, like let's say 2K per account, and I go down to like 56K and I have a 6K buffer. And then I continue doing that and I scale and scale and scale. Yes, 5K max with Top Step, exactly. Or 50% of your profit. No, I don't trade ICT, Devin. I don't. No, there are no bots. I don't use bots at all. Don't use bots, please. What percent with 60% win rate? What do you mean? Is the background real? Nah, it's fake. It's a green screen. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's real, bro. Let me touch it. No, it's not fake. Ain't no green screen here. These are my lights. I could change the colors. What color should I put? Is green and blue fire? We could like turn it off. Or I could turn it on. I don't know. What color should I put? I've kept it on blue and red, but like, I feel like, I don't know. Loki, I want to try some new colors. What's my win rate? I have a 65 to 70% win rate, Luke. 65 to 70% win rate. 65 to 70%. Percent of drawdown? What do you mean? Oh, with 60% win rate, you're saying. Oh, with 60% win rate, King K, I would say 30. I'd say 25% is fine. 25%. 25 to 30%. That all depends on your preference at that point. Like, what is your risk tolerance? Like, what are you okay with risking for your psychology? Because again, we're not robots, so you have to also find that for yourself too. For me personally, I can get away with 30 because of how long I've been trading and how much my brain has been melted and broken down in terms of psychology and losing. So it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I just risk like whatever works with my strategy, right? I have a 65 to 70% win rate. That's a little higher. I can get away with doing 25%, 30%. So that's kind of where I would sit around. Michael, what in the world? 20? Dog, what did you do 20? Full white? All right, we'll do full white first, and then we'll try out the other stuff. Let's see. How do I... Okay, full white. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is like blue white. Wait. This is like... This is like practically full white. It does not look nice. It does not look nice. It's not bad. It just looks weird. Is that 50 or 150? No, these are 50. Michael, 50s. Purple and gold. It looks pink weird. All right, if it looks pink, well, I can't really tell. I'm kind of colorblind. I'm a little colorblind. Okay. Purple and gold. Okay. This is purple, right? This. Let's make this gold. It's gold, right? No, it looks like green. Right? It's gold or green? I can't tell. Wait. Well, I can adjust it. Why is the gold so weak? Hold up. Okay. Where'd you get those? Oh, bro, these are like the TikTok shop stands, bro. The Go V stands. What's your life purpose in trading? Well, in trading as a whole, my purpose with that is to be able to make a lot of money with this heavy risk on skill or business or pathway, whatever you want to call it, this endeavor, and make as much money as I can, funnel that to long-term investments, use those long-term investments to help fund my life, and when the time comes where those long-term investments can fund like more investments, then I could stop trading, right? Because the reality is, anyone who tells you, oh, I want to trade for the rest of my life, they're not setting their life up the right way. Me personally, I'm not trying to trade till I'm 60, because you got to realize trading is a job at the end of the day, right? You guys probably agree with me. Trading is a job. It is a business a little bit, but it's more so a job. Now, why do I say it's a job? Because a business is something that you make money without having to actively be there. Like, it grows and it's like an asset. It's something that grows and makes you money when you're not actively working on it. Like, you can build a team and whatnot. But as a trader, we have a job. If we don't show up to the market, if we don't quote unquote clock in, then we don't make money. So you need to be clocking into the market every single morning at a set time every single day to make money. And the day you don't show up to that is the day you don't make money. And that's the same thing a job is. The only difference is job, you get paid by the hour, but on trading, you get paid by your skill and how good you are at trading. You think you'll be 100%, I think I'll be a millionaire, 100%. So that's why I say trading it's similar to a business, how you don't necessarily get paid by the hour, but it's similar to a job, how you do have to clock in every single day at a set time to make money. And the day you don't is the day you don't make money. That's what I'm trying to fall into. Business is the end goal, and trading is going to be that driving factor to get me there. It's, in my opinion, the best driving factor, especially with props, to get you to that point. And that's my goal of trading, right? Scale that as much as I can in the next 5-10 years, whatever I have to be, or whatever I have to get to, and then use that to funnel into some sort of business, a software maybe in the trading space, which is what I want to go make in the end, a software in the trading space around education. What's it called? Or a business, like a piece of equity of a piece of real estate, whatever, something that's going to help me make money while I'm sleeping. That's what real estate does. That's what business does. That's what softwares do, like anything in that field. And that's a business, right? That should be your end goal for any of you guys who are trading, right? Yo, Tyler, appreciate you for the gift. But start off with trading. Use that as something so you can use that as something to help you make money with something that's a little risk on. But our goal isn't to do this for a lifetime. Our goal is to use this money to fund our life, our future business endeavors, or our investments to help those fund our life. So, because what's the end goal? Financial freedom. Trading gives you a little bit of financial freedom when you turn profitable, but still you don't have that full entire freedom. The full entire freedom comes from business and owning a piece of real estate, having equity in something. And that's the goal. Which trading software, is there any recommendations for trading sites? Yes, Alistair, it's this site is TradingView. This is the TradingView site. So I'll just show you guys the trades that I took over the past week. We had a killer last week. Yes. This is not from today, guys. This is from last week. We had an amazing last week. By the way, we trade live every single morning with the team in the Discord completely for free. So this was the trades we took last week. This was last week's Thursday's trade, last week's Wednesday trade. I take around like 1 to 2 trades a day max, sometimes 0. Okay. So last week we absolutely killed it. We had a 17K day Wednesday. We had a 7.5K day Thursday. And we had what's it called? We had no trade on Tuesday. And then before that, we had on Monday, we had a 11.5K day. So total combined of last week was 35-ish last week. So I can't complain. We've been killing it in terms of performance. Today, no trade for me. Yesterday, no trade for me. Day before that, again, no trade. We've taken only 1 trade this week, and that was Monday, right? Patience is so important in the trading space. There's going to be days where you guys don't get setups, and you have to be ready to not press that buy or sell button. A lot of traders can't handle that. That's the hardest point, and that's what cuts you from being profitable. Being able to maintain your patience and discipline and only execute when your A+ setup is there. That's why I can maintain a 70% win rate with a 1 to 1.5 RR. I take less trades, and I take the high quality ones only. That's all I do. Top set doesn't require consistent. No, it doesn't, Hayden. It doesn't. How many you made Monday? So Monday we lost 2,500. So if you really do the maths, we are down like 30. We're on like 32,000 profit across the past two weeks. Cannot get Michael. Why can you not get yourself, bro? There's so many things that could be holding you back. I'm telling you, have your rules down. Make sure your psychology is on point. Make sure you are only taking trades that align with your rules. Have a time window, strict time window. Have your trade rules written down. Your entry and exit criteria is written down. Unplug your router if you have to, bro. If it's just you getting back on what you're not supposed to, unplug your damn router, bro. Disconnect your PC, turn it off, whatever you must do. Delete TradingView from your phone, whatever it has to be. Okay? Just understand that if my strategy works, taking anything outside of my strategy will make me lose. Today I could set up, but Trump messed up with the Italy things. Bad week for real. Yeah, we only had one loss this week, and that's it. That's the only trade we took this week. It was a 4-day trading week anyway, so can't complain. You know, these are only the setups I have. We killed it last week, 35K. This week we're down 2K, 2.5K. I'll take it, bro. Like, manage your risk managing my risk as much as possible. That's all it's about, right? Have an edge, have your psychology, and manage your risk. That's it. Trade for about a week. Any tips on why I should focus more to become profitable? If you're relatively new, like you, J Doug, or honestly at any trading experience level, but you guys feel stuck at where you're currently at or don't know what the next step is, go on my YouTube. I have a full A through Z guide that breaks down everything you need to know from top to bottom. And it's raw videos, like 6 hours of content, teaching you guys A through Z, right? Starting from setting up your platforms, what is the futures market, how does the point system work, how to set up your demo trading accounts, how does the candlesticks work, how does the chart work, what are the basics about trends, my strategy, breaking it down, backtesting, journaling, discipline, risk management, and a little more about trading psychology and everything in between. Literally everything is covered in the series to the point where, like, you don't need to watch anything else. Don't buy no course. Don't buy no, like, paid, like, modules, whatever that may be. Watch my series. It's literally for free on my YouTube. It covers everything you need to know. Saint, I'm not on TikTok every single day, but we are trading live in the Discord every single morning with the team for free. So if you guys want to tune into that and be part of the community, we're not going to be trading live tomorrow, though. We will be live at 9:20 a.m. Eastern time in the Discord every single morning, Monday through Friday, except tomorrow. Because tomorrow stock market is closed, meaning the futures market is not going to have a lot of volatility. All right, if you guys want to be part of the community, be part of the team, and be part of a team of winners, and become a winner yourself, which is my end goal, to help all of you guys out and become winners, then be part of the community. That's where that's at. So if you guys want to join that, it's in my profile picture, down actually, the profile picture, and then links to my bio, click on the link tree, and then when you click on the link tree, press on the AroTrades Discord community. When you press on that, press on the join button that pops up, press on that, and then I think you'll do one more step, and then you'll be part of the Discord. I have 2K. Should I take one? Yes, Pincenti. 100%. If it's your first payout, take that immediately. I'm telling you, that thing is going to do so much for you than trying to build a buffer more and whatnot. If you blow that account, whatever it is, that's it. It's fine. Right now, you have an extra one band to put towards accounts. And the amount of accounts you can buy with one band is a decent amount. You don't need to be blowing way more accounts. What should be your profit ratio? What do you mean? What do you mean, what should be my profit ratio? Oh, in terms of RR? It depends. There's no should or should not be, right? RR means nothing without your win rate. But generally, statistically, if you have a higher RR, that means you have a lower win rate. You're going to have a lower win rate. Like, you're not going to see somebody with an 80% win rate with a 1 to 5. That if they say they do, that's nearly impossible. Okay, like me, I have a 1 to 1.5 average RR, and my win rate is 70%, 65 to 70%. Have you blown up many? Yes, 100%, Roman, 100% in the past. Yeah, Caesar, I do. What's it called? I personally do 1 to 1.5, and my trades are anywhere from 1 to 1 up to 1 to 3. But like, it's all personal preference. Like, what is your win rate? What do you want your win rate to be? I recommend with props, with fundeds, have a higher win rate, because that allows you to go on longer win streaks, and longer win streaks allow you to take advantage of quicker payouts. So, whereas if you have a higher risk reward and lower win rate, you're going to typically see longer losing streaks. And yeah, you don't want to have to keep like waiting for that one home runner finally to get you that point. And prop firms, most of them have consistency rule as well. The fundeds have consistency rule that are, you have to be careful of that too. So having huge home runners with small losses is gonna not do you too good. You know what these panels are called? Yeah, these aren't LED panels. Or if you're talking about the LEDs, those are called like Govee lamp, floor lamp. Just look up LED floor lamp on TikTok. It'll be everywhere, bro. What's your best strategy? So my strategy is one that, Michael, you said TPT or Apex. I use Apex. I saw your question a few times. I use Apex. So my strategy, the one that I use, okay, if you guys want, or if you guys are curious, the strategy I use is my momentum model that I built myself. It's a momentum scalp strategy that I built literally from scratch, from trial and error over the past, over a year and a half ago. And I've been using it since, over the past year and a half, refining it, making it better and whatnot. So like, you're not going to see any other trader use it. If they say they use the same style of trading, then they probably like copied me. Yo, W Elvin with the gifts. But how did you support, wait, hold. How to support you on early days when you learn? Wait, what do you mean? How to support you? Who support me? What do you mean? Showing to trade after hours of price action is it worse than market hours? I would say restrict your trading to trading the first 45 minutes or hour and a half of market open, or hour of market open. That's it. Right? That's when the most optimal price action is. If you guys pay attention every single day, we get the most volatility, the most volume on the first hour. Yeah, we do get some moves later in the day, which are really good for the momentum strategy that you can implement if you guys really want to, which honestly, like, I've been debating, because towards like 3 hours after 2.5 hours after market open, we see some nice trend going on. So like for example, you guys could have taken a short with the momentum scalps right off here. Like, obviously it's easier to say in hindsight. Target the swing low, banked off that. You guys could have targeted, let's see, what other momentum candles are? This is a nice momentum candle right here. Target 1-to-1, since that's less than a 1-to-1 RR. Also, if you guys want me to break down the strategy, it's like, we can break it down. It's very simple. Like, you guys can implement this literally Monday, not tomorrow, because markets are closed. I wouldn't recommend trading tomorrow. But aren't you afraid to lose? No, why would I be afraid? What's there to be afraid of? I know my strategy is profitable. I have through testing and through me getting results month after month. And I know my psychology is on point, because I know I've been through the mistakes and I've been noticing my improvement. So why would I be afraid? On a 50, how many? So, Caesar, we went over this a little earlier, but one rule of thumb I usually give is it all depends on your risk tolerance. Okay, my rule of thumb is risking 10 to 30% of your drawdown per trade. So if your drawdown is 2 bands, if your drawdown is $2,000, that means risking 10 to 30%, let's just say 20% on average, right? Let's just do the quick maths. 2,000 times 20% is 400. Okay, if you have a $2,000 drawdown, 400 should be risked per trade. If you have a higher win rate, you can go to 600, which is 30%. If you have a lower win rate, you can go to $10, which is 200, or sorry, 10%, which is $200, right? Here, let's write it down so everyone knows. Risk management 101 with props. All right, we'll just do fundeds. Okay. There you go. Risk 10%, 10 to 30% of your drawdown per trade. Plain and simple. How do you calculate points? What do you mean how to calculate points? Literally, you could calculate points by holding shift on your keyboard or positioning or using this tool right here. And it'll calculate your points. So say you enter off this candle closure. You drag your stop loss at the top of that candle, and it tells you 28 points. Okay, let's say my TP is down here. 37 points. Let's just say, for example. Roman, in the sense of psychology, yes. In the sense of psychology, yes. And handling losses, yes. In the sense of actually having an edge, that's a different story. Obviously that's completely different because it's not the same way. It's not the same game. How do you calculate? Okay, we already answered that. Where do you think Nas is going? I'm not looking at Nas right now. I'm not trading right now. Directly against set limit order will show you everything. Yeah, I mean, I don't trade on TradingView. But yeah, the strat is very simple. It's like if you guys trade for different times, you guys can potentially get a lot more trades too with it. If you guys want me to break it down, we can break it down. How many contracts you trade? So on one account, I trade 1 to 3 minis. Okay, 1 to 3 minis, depending on the size of my stop loss. And depending on how much I want to lose for the trade, and depending on the quality of the setup. Is it an A+ setup or an A- setup? Okay, that all depends on like if I'm going to enter with 1 or 3 minis. 1 to 3 minis. Sorry, 1, 2, or 3 minis. All right. I have like anytime I'm calculating my entries, I don't necessarily calculate exact precise number because I've been trading with this system for so long, and I know like the average stop loss and how much I'm going to lose just quickly by visually looking. Like, plot it down, look at it. Okay, I'm going to probably enter one contract because I'll probably lose like $500 on this trade. Around 500. And then take profit here, whatever. Just like quickly, you can like slowly start to be able to calculate it from seeing it so much. I already know, okay, one contract would be 500, 2 would be 1,000, 3 would be 1,500, whatever. How many micros is 1 mini? 10 micros is 1 mini. Micros is minis times 10. Yes, France. It's not 10 to 30% of your account. 10 to 30% of drawdown. Maybe we need to point this out so some people can see. Oh, is there a bold function? I want to make this like bold. Oh, I can make it bold. Fire. All right, it makes the whole thing bold. That's crazy. If you actually have a 68% win rate with a 1-to-1, then 100%, that's profitable because with a 1-to-1, you need a minimum of what? You need a minimum of 50% win rate. Now, guys, you can calculate your win rate, break-even win rate, or your minimum win rate required to be profitable with any risk to reward that you have. Okay? If you guys want me to tell you the formula for calculating like the minimum win rate you need for any risk to reward, let me know. I'll tell you it. But that's also like an easy formula to remember, or easy kind of rule. This is why I like to systemize my trading. Right? Everything's broken down into rules. And when you have rules, you have stuff to follow. When you have no rules, you're just blindly following your emotions or what you think or what you feel is right. When you don't have those rules written down, then that's when you mess it up. That's when you mess things up. Can you share your main strat again? Yeah, we can go over it. If you guys want me to break it down, we can break it down. Breaker structure plus fair value gap thoughts. I don't personally trade breaker structure and fair value gap. I think I've been trading 2 micros with Caesar. I'm telling you, 10 to 30% of your drawdown per trade. Okay? Watch my video on futures, and it's going to break down everything you need to know about the futures market, the contract sizing, micros, minis, the point system, and everything. Okay? I got y'all. So, let's go over the strategy. All right? We took a loss Monday with it. No trade this week. No trade the past 3 days. But last week, we actually killed it. We'll go over some live examples, but it's a very easy strategy to learn. Very, very easy. All right? So, the main strategy is a momentum trend following strategy. Well, what's the reason why you risk 10 to 20% of your drawdown? Because that allows you to risk based on how much wiggle room you have left. Because you guys need to realize when you're trading fundeds, the actual amount you have is your drawdown, not the actual account size. So the drawdown is what you have to base it off of. If your drawdown is so tight, your risk percentage also has to be tight, so you don't just lose right away. Right? That's why I say percentage of your drawdown, not a percentage of the account. Okay? So what is the strategy? Let's break it down. AroTrades momentum model. Let's hear it. So my momentum model is a momentum trend following strategy. Okay. What is trend following? Trend following means following the direction of where the market's going. Okay. Trend, if you guys don't know what trend means the market moving in a specific direction, one side specifically with strength, right? Either uptrend, right? Moving up with higher highs and higher lows, or downtrend. Okay. One or the other, or in between. Maybe you might see price doing something like this. This is called consolidation, right? We don't want to trade in this. Screw that shit. We don't want to be in that. We want to be in either this or this. Okay. Now, once we know these, we want to be in these two conditions. We have to have a way to identify what is the trend and when is it an optimal time or a high probability time to take trades in the direction of the trend. All right, that's why we have our 3-point criteria. The 3-point criteria sets us up to have rules to align with the trend, taking trades when the trend is extremely strong and has a lot of strength. Okay, my 3-point rules. All right, I'm breaking down the strategy right now. A2L. We're breaking it. It's called the momentum model. It's not going to be on YouTube. You're not going to find it anywhere. I built it myself. It's only on my YouTube. Okay, because I didn't copy anybody when I was implementing it. So I made myself the trial and error. It's called a momentum model. All right. All you do is you identify a strong trend in one direction. You wait for a pullback and enter off of a momentum candle, right? For example, right here. This is like a very oversimplified version, by the way. We're going to break it down in depth. You enter off a momentum candle, either targeting the previous swing high or 1-to-1, because our goal here is to be able to catch this next leg up and profit off of it. Why? Because we've already identified that we have so much strength with the original trend that we're in. We should be able to catch that next leg up. Now, we have set rules. We have around 4 to 5 rules to help us make sure we're in our A+ environment where we have clear trend, be able to identify which direction is strong right now and when it's an optimal time to enter and where to enter our trade specifically. All right? And we'll go into that right now. So, every single morning, I go over my 3-point criteria, 3-point checklist that helps me identify what is my quote-unquote bias for the day or bias for my trade, right? And the bias isn't set in stone on the day. It can change depending on if the market starts trending up or trending back down. Or if it starts consolidating, that's like not A+ at all. You don't want to be in that. So the 3-point criteria, the first and foremost, the first criteria is going to be incorporating the SMA, the 200 SMA. Now, you guys are probably thinking, oh, you trade SMA crossover. Oh, you don't know how to trade. No, we don't use SMA crossovers or treat MA lines as like support and resistance. We use the 200 SMA. And if you guys don't know what SMA is just a simple moving average. We use the 200 SMA to help us categorize the recent price action. Because you guys have to understand what is an MA line, what is a simple SMA line, which is the same as a moving average. It's just called simple SMA. It makes it so it's smoother. That's it, simple in the name. All the moving average line does is plot the averages of the past X amount of candles from, for example, this current point going back, okay? And the amount of candles you want to include in calculating the average price depends on the length you set it to or the period you set it to. If we set it to 10, for example, that means it's going to calculate the average for the past 10 candles, okay? And it's going to plot it on the form of a moving average line as new candles are being formed. Okay, as new candles are forming, it's going to take into account of the recent 10 candles from that most recent candle going back. Okay, and plot it on a line. But we put it on 200 because 200 candles is a good enough amount of candles to show and calculate the recent price action. Okay, the recent movement of price. So we use the MA line again to help us understand where the average is going. Are the averages decreasing? Okay, on the past 200 candles, or are they increasing? If this MA line is sloping down like this, right? Sloping downwards, what does that mean to us? That means the averages are decreasing, right? The averages that are being plotted are decreasing as new candles are forming over the past 200 candles or 300 because there's a lot of candles being formed as new candles are being taken into account of, right? So the averages are decreasing. What does that also mean? That means on average, price is moving down, which means on average, sellers are stronger than buyers because what do we need for a price to go down? A lot of strength from the sellers, aggressive sellers. So what do we need for a price to go up? aggressive buyers. So if the average price is decreasing over the recent price action, that means sellers have strength. That means sellers are the ones who are moving the market. So what are we going to do as a trader who follows the trend and the strength? Play with the sellers, right? That's exactly what we're going to do. Okay. By the way, we trade live with the strategy every single morning in the Discord. So if you guys want to be part of the community, watch you trade live every single day, Monday through Friday for free. You guys have that opportunity as well. Be part of the team. Okay. So that's the first criteria. Did you guys understand that? We want to play in the direction of whoever has the strength. Okay. If this is sloping down, that means prices on average decreasing because the averages are decreasing and sellers have strength. So if this thing is sloping down, as long as it's sloping down, we're looking to take a sell, a bearish setup. If this thing is starting to slope up, like right here, you guys can see, as long as this, as long as this thing is sloping down, we're going to see a lot of strength from the sellers. The steeper it is, the stronger the steeper it is, the stronger the selling pressure. Okay, the better environment to take some momentum scalp plays. Okay? If we look at when it's sloping up, that means on average price is increasing. And if we look at what price is doing on the bigger picture, it's increasing on average. When the MA line is sloping down, it's decreasing on average. Okay, I hope this is making sense. Okay, whenever it's decreasing, whenever it's sloping up like this, we're gonna lean towards taking a bullish setup. Whenever it's sloping down like this, we're gonna lean towards taking a bearish setup. And whenever it's sideways like this, we're not going to do anything. We're going to wait for it to either slope up or slope down. Because what does it mean when it's sideways? When it's sideways, it means price is balanced. There's no increase of the averages to the upside or downside. It's on average staying the same, meaning neither buyers or sellers have strength. Or basically, they're just equal in terms of strength. So we're not going to trade in any sort of direction when they're equal in strength, right? Only when it's sloping up, we're looking for bullish. When it's sloping down, we're looking for bearish. Okay? Does that make sense, y'all? Type of W's in the chat if that made sense, and we'll go over the second criteria to be able to trade in the direction of the trend every single morning, okay, with a high probability. What time frame do you use to follow the EMA? It doesn't matter what time frame anybody uses, guys. I trade on the 30-second because that's my preference to trade on a low time frame and scalp. That allows me to catch moves like this and be in and out of trades very, very quickly, right? You guys can see the entries and exits, right? We enter right there, exited right there, very, very quickly. I use the 30-second time frame, but you guys can do this on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, whatever it may be. You guys can do it on any time frame. What's good, my boy Hunter? How you doing, bro? Those kids chopped? Nah, that's crazy, bro. Not fading that good anymore, bro. That's crazy. This is not the 9 EMA. This is not the 9 EMA. This is the 200 SMA. Right, the SMA. Also, if you guys want to know how to add this on your chart, let me show y'all. So you're gonna go on indicators. You're gonna type moving average simple. You're gonna add this to your chart. Okay, you're gonna click on it. When you add it, it'll show following the price action really closely. Okay, you're gonna change the length to 200, and then it will pop up where my line is, and you'll see it right there, and that'll align. All right. Take me longer to look at the chart than 30-second. I mean, then you could trade on any other time frame. Like, you don't have to trade on the 30-second time frame. You could trade on any time frame. Like this, the beauty of the strategy is it works on the 1 minute, the 10 minute, the 15 minute, any time frame. Because why? Every single time frame, if I show you guys any time frame, you'll see what? Signs of trend, right? The MA line will work on any time frame. When we're downtrending like this, we have strength to the downside. Why? Because the MA line is sloping down, right? A lot of strength to the downside. So it's perfect. Okay, whenever it's chopping up like this is when you don't trade, right? And I'm on the 4-hour time frame, right? The daily time frame also will have exact same strength, right? When it's sloping up, we're looking for bullish. When it starts sloping down, we're looking for bearish, right? But literally, like, I use it on the 30-second time frame, and you can do it on anything in between as well. What is the strategy? This is my momentum scalp strategy, Jason. My momentum trend following strategy. They're bawling and screaming the most. No, I don't use the 3 minute, but you guys can use it on the 3 minute. I use it on the 30-second though. That's my preference. All right. Let's move on to the second criteria for the strategy. Okay, let's just move right here. Second criteria. Okay, first criteria we went over. We want this thing to be sloping down or sloping up. right? Or sideways. If it's sloping up, we're looking for a bullish play. If it's sloping down, we're looking for a bearish play. And if it's sideways, we're not looking for any trade. Why? Because that means it's inconsistent. That means neither buyers or sellers have strength. That's average. Prices on average staying the same. Entry and exit. Yes, Jason, we're going over entries and exits, but you guys first need to understand the exact A+ market environment before going into how to actually enter. Okay? Got the strategy on YouTube. Yes, Malin, it's all covered in my YouTube as well, broken down. If you go to the same series, right? If you go to my profile picture on my YouTube, okay? Profile picture. You go to playlist, you go to this playlist, and you go to, I forgot, I think it's like full strategy. I forgot where it is. But I think it's day 11 of the series. It covers the entire strategy. So, with the volatility lately, isn't it? No, it's actually amazing, Frank. It's amazing. The reason being is because there's so much volatility every single day. And I've been trading it on the past, like, 1.5 years on the 30-second time frame, and I haven't turned back since. Why? Because there's so much volatility on the market at market open that I get to catch a move and ride it and get my trade in for the day within the first 45 minutes, 1 or 2 trades a day, and call it after that. Right? You don't need to have that many trades a day. If we're talking about the Aro Hunto S&D strat, I want to hear it. Nah, that's crazy. Aro momentum and S&D on top, bro. Aro and Hunto strat on top, bro. Come on now. Got that shit on lock. All right, let's go on to the second criteria. So first criteria, we want this MA line to either slope up, the 200 SMA to slope up, down, or sideways. Okay, if it's sloping up, we're looking for a bullish setup. If it's sloping down, we're looking for a bearish setup. And if it's sideways, we're waiting for it to either slope up or down. Okay, we're not taking a trade when it's sideways. Now, the second criteria is identifying what is the structure of the price action. Are we uptrending in the recent price action, right? Higher highs and higher lows. You guys already know what an uptrend is. Okay. Or are we downtrending, right? In this case, we're uptrending really, really strong. So we're going to look for a bullish play. Why? Because the first criteria and the second criteria are in line. We want all 3 criterias, the first, second, and third criteria. We haven't gone over the third one yet, but we want all 3 criteria to be in line together, meaning either all representing bullish or all representing bearish. Okay. So, in this case, for example, in this trade, we were uptrending, right? Higher highs and higher lows coming into market open. We got to push up as well at market open. And we got that entry off that momentum candle. We'll go over entries and exits after this. And then we smack take profit quickly, right? Riding that momentum. Beautiful. Beautiful, clean setup. Okay? So, second criteria, we want that to ideally align with the first criteria. Either uptrending, right? We either can be uptrending or downtrending or consolidating. Right? This is a kind of sign of consolidation right here because we're hesitating back and forth and we come back down. This is like a little bit of consolidation right here, right? A little bit of consolidation. We don't want to be trading in these environments where we have a lot of chop. We only want to trade when we have clear moves up and move down. I don't use breakup structures, Lucas. I don't use breakup structure. I don't trade that ICT stuff. Okay? That's the second criteria. And ideally, we want this to be uptrending and the 200 SMA to slope up for a bullish play. If we want a bearish play, we want the 200 SMA to slope down, we want the 200 SMA to slope down, and we want to see bearish price action. Okay, like that. Bearish price structure. Okay? So, again, for a bullish play, the first criteria has to be 200 SMA sloping up, and we have to see the second criteria forming an uptrend. For a bullish play, for a bearish play, we need to see 200 SMA sloping down, right? Like this. And we have to see downtrend. Okay? We have to see downtrend. Like that. Perfect. Clear downtrend. All right? Once those two are in line, then we're ready to take the position in the direction of whatever those two are in line for. Right? If these two are in line for downside, if they're showing signs of bearish, we're taking a bearish play. We're not going to look for taking a bullish play off of an entry like this because sellers have strength at this point in time. Okay? Is that making sense, y'all? Type of W's in the chat if you guys understood the first and second criteria, and we'll move on to the third criteria. All right? And type in number 1 if you guys want me to go over it again. Let me know. Right? W's in chat if you guys understood the first and second criteria, and number 1 if you guys want me to go over the criteria again. I was able to get 1,500 to 5 years. Let's go, Blake. Blake, that better not be a bad win example that we're talking about in the morning. That better not be a bad win example. People say only 1% make profit. Well, depends what that 1% are doing. Like the way you can get yourself to be part of that 1% is by following all of your rules, following your psychology, mastering your discipline, mastering your risk management, and trading and having an edge in your strategy, right? But the statistic is true. Majority are just wasting their time, right? Because the learning process is there. It takes time to learn it. All right, I see the W's. I see some ones. We'll go over it real quick, but we'll go over the criteria real quick again. But for the most part, we'll move on after that, right? We'll go briefly going over it. Do you evaluate both criteria in the 30 second? Yes, all of them are on one time frame. All of the criteria are on one time frame. I don't use any other time frame except the one that I'm trading on. For example, if you're trading on the 30 second, you do all the criteria on the 30 second. If you're trading on the 1 minute, you do all the criteria on the 1 minute. Okay? Do you upload YouTube? Yes, all my videos are on YouTube as well. Guys, if you want to watch a full A through Z guide, it's all on my YouTube too. I have an A through Z playlist where I made videos catered to y'all, teaching you guys from step A to step A to step Z. Literally step A to step Z. Every video from setting up your accounts, what the candlesticks are, what is the futures market, how to approach the market with the right mindset, candlesticks, charts, trends, my strategy, psychology, discipline, risk management, everything in between as well. Backtesting, journaling, and a lot more. Building your own profitable strategy. Times A4. Blake, I'll look into it later, bro. We'll look into it later. So, going on to the third criteria. Actually, let's real quick. So, first criteria, the 200 SMA. If you guys don't know what the SMA is a 200 moving average, simple moving average, okay? Same as the moving average line. I just decided to use simple moving average because I started with that and I'm not switching it. Doesn't really make a difference. You can apply both. You can even use an EMA if you want to. This strategy will work with that because the MA lines are kind of similar. They're not going to move that different. There's no exact reason why I chose SMA over EMA. It doesn't matter. Okay, we just need to use some sort of moving average, the 200 moving average, right, to get us to categorize the recent price action. If this thing is sloping up, if the 200 SMA is sloping up, we're leaning for a bullish play. If for the first criteria, if it's sloping down, we're leaning for a bearish play. And if it's sideways, we're leaning towards no play, and we're waiting for it to either start to slope up or slope down. Okay, now the second criteria, that's the first criteria. Now the second criteria out of all three, the second criteria is what is the trend or structure of the price action? Is it uptrending, right? Or downtrending or consolidating, right? Higher highs and higher lows, or lower highs and lower lows, or consolidation. Ideally, we want all three of these criteria to be in line together for us to take a play in the direction of whatever side they're all in line with. If they're all showing bullish, for example, uptrend and bullish sloping SMA, right? Like this and like this. Perfect. We're leaning towards a bullish play because we have 2 out of 3 confirmations. Now let's go over the third criteria and why you need to have the third criteria and you can't trade with just the first 2. Okay? You guys need to have all 3 written down or all 3 saved and understand all 3 to be able to trade the strategy. So the third criteria states if the first 2 criteria are bullish, meaning bullish sloping SMA and uptrend price action, is price able to hold above the moving average line for a while? Okay, that's the third criteria before we move on to entries and exits. Is price able to hold above the moving average line for a while? In this case, yes. Now, what does for a while mean? For a while means at least 10 candlesticks. You want to see price holding above the moving average line for at least 10 candlesticks. And you guys see we have like almost 100 candlesticks already till market open. So we're totally off that. Now, what do we have? All 3 criteria are showing bullish. Okay, perfect. I use the 200 SMA. No, not the EMA, 200 SMA. Okay, perfect. All 3 criteria are bullish. And now we're ready to move on to entries and exits. Does that make sense, y'all? Did you guys understand the third criteria or not? Type of W's in the chat if you guys understood the third criteria. Let me know in the chat, y'all. Come on, let's do it. Breaking down the momentum model. Stupid, simple strategy. Let's do it. All right, if you guys need me to repeat it again, type a number 1 in the chat. We'll repeat it. All right, W's in the chat if you guys understood it. Number 1 if you guys want me to repeat it again. Real quick. Jump ahead of myself. Can respect 1 to 3. What is win rate? What do you mean? All right, let's go, guys. I see the W's. Let's do it. Take care, Tyler. Well, you can trade it on any time frame, real world, any time frame you want. I personally do it on the 30-second time frame. Yes, we'll go into candlesticks. Candlesticks are what we need to pay attention to when we're taking entries. First 2 hopped on the live late. All right, so We went over the 3 criteria. Let's just briefly go over it again, just so it's in your guys' head, it's engraved. So again, in this case, 200 SMA sloping up, bullish, leaning towards bullish, sloping down, leaning towards bearish, and if it's sideways, waiting for it to slope up or slope down, the 200 SMA. Second criteria, price structure. Is it uptrending, downtrending, or consolidating, right? Higher highs and higher lows, lower highs and lower lows, or consolidation. Ideally, we want all 3 criteria to be in line together, all right? Now, the third criteria, if the first 2 criteria are bullish, meaning bullish sloping 200 SMA and the uptrend price structure, okay, is price able to hold above the moving average line, right, for a while? In this case, yes. So all 3 are in line. What's good, Irving? Now, same vice versa for the bearish. If we had a bearish sloping moving average line and we had bearish price structure, and third criteria says is price able to hold below the moving average line for a while? Is price able to hold below the moving average line for a while? If yes, great. We're ready to take shorts because all 3 criteria are now in line. Perfect. Okay, so bullish setup, we need all 3 in line for bullish. Bearish, we need all 3 in line for bearish and holding below the moving average line for a while. All right? Now that all of you guys should have those engraved into your brain. What's up, Amir? There, there's the orbs moved onto order blocks. Glad you... What? What do you mean do the same? I don't do order blocks. I don't use fair value gaps, bro. I don't use fair value gaps. All right? Now, let's move on to actual entries and exits, the actual meat of the strategy, okay? So, once we identify that price is holding above the moving average line... Oh, I haven't switched my strategy. Yeah, it's performing very well, so there's no reason for me to change anything. So that's what I'm stick to. Okay. So moving on to actual entries and exits. Now that we've been able to identify all 3 criteria are in line for a bullish, the last thing that's left for us to do is to wait for a pullback after a strong move up. A pullback while respecting all 3 criteria. Remember, you have to have all 3 criteria in line every single time you want to take your trades. Okay, so we get a pullback, and then now all we're waiting for is a momentum candle in the direction of the original trend while we're in our pullback. What we're going to do is enter off that momentum candle, stop loss at the low of that momentum candle, and we're going to target the previous swing high. Now, why do we do this? Yes, trade toothbrush. I only trade the first 45 minutes of market open still. Yes. Why do I do this? Because we want to be able to catch this next leg up, and we should be able to expect another leg up because we have so much strength in the market, and a momentum candle gave us a sign that price is pivoting and ready to make that next leg up. And our goal is to catch our entries perfectly, which are going to be through taking entries off momentum candles and target the previous swing high. Win rate, this gives us a win rate of 70%. 70%. Okay? There's something to change strategy, even just changing discretion. Maybe discretion with time, but that comes with experience, right? If I start to see over a large number of trades, different trades working out better, or the current type of trades I'm taking don't perform as good, then discretion is going to require, I'm going to be required to change my discretion to perform better and keep up with the market conditions and the market environment, right? That's what the discretion helps with, keeping up with the market environments. That's why I like trading a hybrid approach of systematic and discretion, because that allows you to have the flexibility of leveraging your intuition and your discretion to adapt your model or adapt your strategy to the current price action, to the current market environment. But if you're systematic, the way you can implement discretion is by changing your systematic rules, right? Every so often. But I like using discretion because discretion and intuition is something that you can't necessarily explain. That's something that you have to trust your experience, your instinct, and your intuition on. Okay? What are the 3 criteria again? So we'll go over in a second. Again, just for example, when we go over entries and exits. What's the YouTube? Lucho. Guys, my YouTube is the same as my TikTok name. AroTrades. Okay? Go to my YouTube. If you want a full A through Z guide with hours and hours of content, go to my playlist and go to my A through Z trading blueprint. All these videos will teach you guys everything you need to know A through Z. Okay? Guys, Amir was one of my W members. He hopped on the Discord. He started 5 months ago, and he's already funded and got a payout with my help. And all he did was pay attention to my free content, paid attention to all the value that I gave and all my education, and actually locked in. Okay? Oh, Lucho, my bad. I said, what's your YouTube? My brain is everywhere. Yes, toothbrush. I teach it everywhere. YouTube, Discord, everywhere. 7%, that's amazing. 1-to-1. So Kudayo, my average RR is a 1 to 1.5. Got like a pimple on my neck, bro. 1 to 1.5. Yeah, toothbrush. We still live trade every single day in the Discord. Completely for free, by the way, guys. We trade live every single morning with the Discord for free. Okay, if you want to be part of the community, be part of the team, you guys can join up on there. Bro did not hit this trade. Vukatin. What are you talking about, bro? This is a while back. This is April 15. Actually, you're right. We did not take this trade. We took the ones that this is not a trade that we took. The ones that I took have my PNL on there. Like this one we took Monday. Okay. This one, Friday, we had no trade. Thursday, we had no trade. Thursday, we had a trade. That's just an example of a B+ type of setup, or I think it was a setup that I missed, actually. But looking back, it was a pretty valid setup, so we're breaking it down because some of the members took it with using the strategy. Guys, if you want to join my Discord, click on my profile picture, okay? Go to my profile picture, go to the links in my bio, click on the link tree. When you press on the link tree, press on the AroTrades Discord community, and then press on the join button, the big blue join button, and that'll take you to be able to join my Discord community, and then you'll be part of the team and community. All right, I'll see you guys in there. So, do you stop after one loss? Not always. I take usually 2 losses, 2 to 3 trades, depending on the size of the loss. Okay, so once we identify, again, the 3 criteria, for example, showing bullish, we wait for a pullback, wait for a momentum candle after the pullback, and we enter off that momentum candle, stops the low of the momentum candle, targeting the previous swing high. Okay, real quick, let me know in the chat. Type a W if you guys know what a momentum candle is, and type a number 1 if you want me to explain what is a momentum candle briefly, right? Because this is a very key component of the strategy. If you know what momentum candles are, type a W. If you don't know what they are and you want me to explain it, type a number 1. We'll break it down. All right, let me know. Let me know, y'all, because momentum is exactly what your entries are going to be off of. Okay, that's exactly what you're going to take your trades off of. Nah, Blake went from W to 1. That's crazy, though. All right, I see the ones. All right, let's go over it. So, a momentum candle. All a momentum candle is a candle. First, we have to understand, what does momentum mean in terms of trading? Momentum means when we have strong pressure in the direction of the trend, ideally, without much hesitation, without much resistance from the opposite side, right? Whenever, just like a snowball, imagine a snowball. When a snowball builds momentum, it speeds up, it picks up speed, goes a lot quicker without much hesitation or resistance. That's momentum, right? Picking up speed. Now, that's in the format of a candlestick, the way we identify that is by looking at the candlesticks and seeing what candlesticks are there that have a big body and a small wick. Okay, for example, this candle right here, big body, small wick. Okay, this is not a momentum candle. This is not either. This isn't either. This is a momentum candle to the downside. This is a momentum candle to the downside. This one, not a momentum candle. Why? Because huge wicks, small body. Momentum candles have big bodies and small wicks. If you look at this next one, big body, decently small wick, relatively small. This one as well, perfect. This is perfect. Strong body, very, very small wicks. Okay, perfect. Now this one is a nice momentum to the upside. This one's not a momentum candle, this green candle. This one, a little too big of a bottom wick. Okay, so ideally you want to see candles that have a big body and a small wick. Now if you look at this trade that one of the members took right here, what does the candle look like? A big body, a small wick, this green candle. Okay, how are they determined? No, not volume, just purely by looking at it, dog MD, purely by looking at it. You want to see a big body, right? The candle's body huge, and the wicks to be small, really, really small. Okay, that's it. Nam, appreciate you for the gift. Okay, so one of our members entered off this trade, entered on the candle closure of that, stop loss the low of the momentum candle. By the way, the way you place your stop loss and take profits, okay, your stop loss is going to get placed at the low of the momentum candle you enter off of for longs, or at the high if you enter shorts. For example, let's say we enter short here, right? This is not where we would enter short normally, but if we enter short here, our stop loss would go at the high of that candle, okay? And vice versa for long, right here. We put our stop loss at the low of it, okay? And our take profit gets set at either at the previous swing high, right? Like in this fake chart, let's look at this fake chart. Either gets set at the previous swing high, or let's say our stop loss is big. It either gets set at our previous swing high or a one-to-one risk to reward minimum. Okay, either 1-to-1 or previous swing high, whichever one gives us a better RR. Let's just say in this case, if our stop loss is this big, our target would be less than a 1-to-1 RR if we just target the previous swing high. So we're not going to target a swing high. We're going to do a plain old simple 1-to-1. Okay, that's why the strat is so simple. Right? It's not asking for much out of price. You're just expecting for price to continue doing what it's already doing. Not expecting much out of this price. What is this? Straight out of Compton. This is the beautiful momentum model built by AroTrades. It's cracked. Okay. So that's exactly how you're gonna place your take profits and stop loss. Let's go more into entries. When you live in the Discord, Vukadin, we're live every single morning at 9:20 a.m. Eastern time. 9:20 a.m. Eastern time, bro. So the strat name is a momentum model, is my momentum model. I don't have a name for it. I'm the one who invented this. I built it myself. So there's no necessary name for it. You check your trade this week. Blake, we only took a trade Monday this week. The only trade we took was Monday. And yeah, we lost on Monday. That's it. Monday's trade we took and we lost. We did have a lot of low quality trades banked this week, but you know that happens, bro. You can't like just force it. Got a 50K. Bet. Let's get it, bro. Good shit. Bro, I'm becoming a robot. Bro, Blake, you got to become a robot. Do you use Apex? Yes, I use Apex. How come you only traded Monday? Because there was no valid setup for me. I wait for only A+, like triple plus setups. If it's not the best, if it's not high quality, I'm not taking it. Okay? I like B+ setups, I don't take. The reason we didn't take this one, because like this is something out of experience. Like you're not going to know this just by like looking at the chart. You have to actually be able to apply the strategy, and you start to realize what is A+ and what is like A-, and what is high quality versus low quality. Okay? So, if we take a look at the chart, we did a move up, okay? And then we pulled back. We didn't really have that strong of a move up, but our pullback almost came back to the lows of where the market opened, okay? I don't like trading after we drop that much. And we had a lot of strength to the downside. And this is a little too close to market open for me to take advantage of like one single momentum candle after a strong move down, okay? I don't use the fibs straight. I don't use the fibs. Honestly, that trade didn't look great during the trading session. Yeah, it didn't. I can't remember exactly what happened in terms of this candle during the trading session, but there's a reason we didn't take it. Right? I was with the Discord. We trade live every single morning with the team, so the team knows what trades I take and what I don't take. You missed Abos? Which is the momentum candle? Please point to it. So, guys, based on what we just explained earlier, which one is the momentum candle? Can you guys let me know? Which one looks like it's a momentum candle, right? This green candle right here. Why? Because ideally we want momentum candles in the direction of the trend. Okay. One trade. It doesn't give me one trade a week straight. We made 3 trades last week. All 3 were bangers, and we secured 35 grand profit on all combined accounts. But there's times where I just take one trade and it's just a loss. There's times where I take 10 trades a week and every trade's like most are winners. And everything in between as well, right? It's not always going to look the same week to week to week. I just said I took a trade Monday only because that was the only time there was a valid setup. Okay, that was the only time there was a valid setup. Market's not closed today. It's closed like tomorrow. Should I use Top Step? Top Step's solid. I like Apex, my funded futures. And Top Step is like 3rd place. And Take Profit's like last place. It just retraced too much only. Yeah, it just retraced. Yeah, it retraced too much. That's the only thing. Too much retracement. So this is the momentum candle you would enter off of if you took this trade. One of our members did take this trade. I think it was Dax in the Discord was one of them that pointed it out. I think some other ones also took it. But he took this trade, target the previous swing guy, and banked for him. Right? Sometimes you might see these lower quality setups also work. Yeah, Friday is closed. Friday is closed. This is the 30-second time frame, Idol. 30-second time frame. That's my bread and butter. That's the time frame that I use every single day. So, it's cracked. How do you know it was going to go up? You don't know it's going to go up. You just understand that you have a higher probability of it going up than it going down whenever you enter exactly based on the rules, right? This is what a strategy does, right? Every strategy has losses. You're not going to always predict that it's going to go up or always predict it's going to go down, right? You're guaranteed going to be wrong with your strategy, even if it's a profitable strategy, right? Because if you guys tell me the win rate of your guys' strategies, I'm sure nobody will tell me 100%. I win 100% of my trades because that's not possible. Every strategy has a select amount of losses that you're going to have, right? And you got to be okay with that. Sometimes I take trades literally like Monday. I took a trade I lost, right? I show the losses. I don't only show you guys winners. I took a loss after taking a very valid setup. Okay, maybe not so valid. That's why we went a lot lighter on it. One contract only. We went lighter on it. Had a good RR. I was okay with risking one contract for a potential 1 to 3 RR. And we got stopped out. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. That's it. This is my momentum trend following strategy. My momentum scalp strategy. Went for a third green candle. Why not wait for that third green one and BOS? Because I don't use breakup structures real. I don't use breakup structures. My strategy is already profitable without having to look into breakup structures. Bro made 30K last week, getting judged for one trade this week. Bro, I know. It's just like people got to see the bigger picture, bro. It's not just what you do on a week by week. It depends on like quarter by quarter. Is this on 1 minute time frame? No, it's the 30-second time frame straight. 30-second time frame. I use the 30-second time frame. But you can apply the strat to the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour daily, whatever it may be. No, I don't use break and retest. There's many different strategies that you can use and implement. I found my personal one being momentum model the best, right? You guys got to all find strategies that work the best with your personality and your trading approach and your style and your personality, right? I think I said personality twice, right? And you got to become a robot, exactly. Like what Blake said, become a damn robot. Make sure you have a profitable strategy through testing, psychology on point, discipline on point, risk management on point, and you're Gucci. And track your trades. Straight, I never said you're judging me. I just answering your question, bro. I wouldn't say 85%, Blake. I would say honestly 50-50. Like, honestly, I wouldn't put more weight over the other on either one. Because if you don't have the other one, you can't be profitable. They go hand in hand. Right? So if they go hand in hand, they should be 50-50. No amount of psychology. You could be the best person with the best psychology in the damn world. But if you have no strategy, not a profitable strategy, you're going to end up being unprofitable or break even. Okay? But if you have the best, most profitable strategy, but you don't have the discipline, you don't have the psychology, you don't have the mentality in place, you're cooked. You're not going to be profitable. Devin John. Buddy. Was good. I don't know. I think mine is more important. Well, maybe Blake. It depends person to person. Guys, we do also have a podcast. Me and my other guys who are also other traders and entrepreneurs. Go check it out. Beyond 99 on YouTube. We're filming one tonight. You guys will see it there. Discretionary? No, I'm a hybrid of systematic and discretion. It's systematic and it's a hybrid. I have general rules, but I have my intuition and my experience and my discretion allowing me to give that final decision. I don't trade supply and demand, but I've taught one of my students to trade a supply and demand strategy, and they've been able to secure 25K in payouts in 7 weeks. So, all these strategies just got to be tested and curated towards your trading style. Straight, that is true. Psychology is not necessary. Discipline is, but psychology is necessary. It's not necessary, but it's necessary. But so is discipline. You need to have both. Let's do it, Blake. But you gotta fix that patience, bro. You gotta fix that patience and discipline, 100%. How much is your Discord, guys? My Discord is expensive, very, very expensive. It's very, very expensive. Like none of you guys will be able to afford it. I'm just playing. It's free, bro. It's free. The Discord's free. You guys can join it. I trade live every single morning applying the strategy. So you guys can trade. You can watch me trade live, see me apply the strategy and whatnot. So it's all there. Today, 2 trades today was it. First one break even, fire. That's fire. 2 trades. That's fire. That's literally all you need. Where's people cutting their profits short, keeping their percent? I mean, it's not about cutting profits. It's just like following your rules. Like keeping it to your take profit, keeping it to your stop loss. But that's one thing a lot of traders do mistake that they do make though. They do end up not holding to their full Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Holding to their full TP, but then they don't listen to their stop loss and they hold longer. Like, oh, it'll definitely turn around soon. I gotta hold longer. Or they revenge trade, over trade. There's so many mistakes a lot of people make. It's just like you gotta tackle it, and through experience and through having the right mentor and the right guidance, you guys can get that personalized help, personalized support. Like Blake has a very common problem that a lot of traders also have, is overtrading. Right? That's something he needs to work on heavily. And it's not going to happen with the snap of a finger of just him hearing me explain it. But over time, if he hears me explain it and helps, or even works with me one-on-one and helps me implement it into his trading, and we dive deeper into why he overtrades from talking to him one-on-one and analyzing his trades and having him explain it to me, we'll figure out the root problem of why he overtrades. And we'll work on that. But without that, he has to kind of gauge it through his own experience. He has to do trial and error and find that issue. No, I don't use any indicators straight. I only use 200 estimate. That's it. I don't need to use any RSI, MACD, any of that. I don't need to. My strategy is profitable without it. Performance record. I track my trades every single day, Sweat. Every single day. With my entries and exits too. On a 3-trade losing streak, any advice? So my piece of advice to you guys, if for any of you who are also potentially on a losing streak, is don't change your strategy. Don't just randomly switch your strategy. Okay? If you followed your rules, followed your strategy, and every trade you took was aligning with your rules, then you're fine. You don't need to worry about anything. What's the strategy, bro? You're just talking. I mean, we were just going over the strategy right now. You guys want me to go over it again? Go over it, continue going over it. We can go over it. Right, and give you guys some more examples of trades we took. I trade the momentum scalp strategy, guys. Monday, we did take a loss, right? I share my losses too. I'm fully transparent with that. Entries and exits every single day. Every single trade that I take, right? But last week, we absolutely killed it of a 35K week, right? We also, Thursday, we secured 7.5K, right? You guys see the trades, entries and exits. Okay, right there. Banger off this short. Took a nice short play, 1-to-1, banked off that. If not all boxes checked, that one enter. Exactly. That's how you got to approach it. Say the exact mindset. If you don't have all the boxes checked, you don't enter it. Here was a trade we took on Wednesday. Banger right here. Entries and exits. I was literally in the trade too. Took a long off this momentum candle. Now, we'll break down this trade because this was a more easier trade to explain. Yes, this is the momentum scalp strategy, guys. My momentum scalp strategy that I trade with every single morning with the Discord, with the team. Every single day. Okay? If you guys want to be part of the team, be part of the Discord, Washi Trade Live, join up on the community. It's completely for free. Or before you, I love the fib. I got in at 804. Okay, after I give this example, Blake, we'll look at the trade. So, this trade, let's break it down. So, what were the rules? What was the 3-point criteria? Can you guys remember? Okay. Do you guys remember the 3-point criteria? Let's go over it real quick. All right. First criteria. What is the 200 SMA doing? Okay. Is it sloping up? Is it sloping down? Is it sideways? Okay. That's going to cater us to which side we're going to trade. Okay. So, first criteria, if it's sloping up, that means we're leaning towards taking a bullish setup. Okay. Over 200 SMA exactly. Right. In this case, it's sloping up, so we're leaning towards the bullish setup. We also had price structure showing an uptrend, right? Going into market open and going into our trade. Perfect. That's second criteria. Third criteria, is price able to hold above the moving average line or not for a while? In this case, yes, we are. Perfect. All 3 criteria are met. That's all we need to do. Now we're going to hop on to the next point, which is actually taking our entries and exits. Then not a lot of people have free Discords, most definitely happening. Well, a lot of people see it's free and they don't take it seriously, right? They mess around, they don't join it, they don't take the actual value and education in there. Just look at all the reviews on the WAP. Everyone literally says there's much more value in here that should not be for free. That people charge hundreds of dollars for in their premium communities, whatever, to teach. but mine's completely for free. So now, after the 3 criterias, all we're waiting for next, right? Part of the strategy is a pullback, right? While respecting the trend, while respecting the 3 criterias, and a momentum candle in the direction of the original trend. Okay, right here, enter at this candle closure, momentum candle after the pullback, right? There's not a single momentum candle after the pullback until we got to here. Okay, now the momentum candle that we entered off of was this one, this green candle. Why is it momentum? Can someone explain to me why this candle's momentum? Someone explain to me why this candle is a momentum candle and why all of these were not. Why is this a momentum candle? Why? Visually, like what do we see in it that caused it to be a momentum candle? Okay, let me know. Let me know in the chat. I want to see if you guys are actually paying attention. What causes this to be a momentum candle? Let me know. Long body, short wick, small wicks, big push to the upside, tuck the other candles, engulfing candles, short wick. Okay, you guys all kind of got it. You guys got it on point. I don't really care about engulfing or not. Okay, I don't really care what engulfing candles. I don't really care if it's like bigger than the previous candle. That doesn't matter to me. All I like to see, you guys got it right for the most part. All I like to look for is a strong body, right? Strong move in the original direction of the trend on one candle during the pullback, and I want this candle to have small wicks. Small wicks, huge body. That's what I want to see. Okay? That's all I want to see for a momentum candle. That's all the qualifications. So we enter on the candle closure, got in right on the next candle, stop loss at the low, and we target the previous swing high or 1-to-1, whichever one gives us a better RR. In this case, previous swing high gave us a better RR, so what are we going to do? We're going to target it. Okay, we targeted it, and that's exactly how we made 17.5 bandos on the trade right here. You guys can see entries and exits. We entered on the candle closure, literally right when the candle was about to close. Take profit at the swing high. I didn't cash the full like thing, but you guys can see it's the same candle right here. Off that, right there. All right, banger. Banger, I don't even know her. Banger though. Wait, so you entered on the next candle? No, I entered right on the candle closure of that candle. Okay, sometimes that'll end up being the next candle right when it opens, or it'll be like a few seconds prior to the candle closing. Just pin 30-second time frame. Blake, type 30-second time frame, or type time frame is 30-second time frame. I'll pin it. Would you still take the trade if there was a green candle before the momentum candle? Yes, I don't really care what candle is prior. Guys, I don't really care about engulfing, whatnot, if it's a bearish or bullish candle prior. I just care to see that we have a strong green candle, okay? Strong green candle. That's it. For a bullish play with a small wicks, huge body. We enter off that, right? We let it play out. We set our take profit all the way up here at the swing high and our stop loss at the low of that momentum candle. Does that make sense, y'all? Do you guys want me to go over another example, or you guys have some more? Well, you guys want to do a Q&A, right? Type a W if you guys want me to go over some more examples of this strategy, or type a number 1 if you want me to do a Q&A. All right? W if you want me to go over some more examples, and number 1 if you want me to do a Q&A. Okay? Or type a number 2 if you want me to re-explain the strategy. All right? Number 2 if you want me to re-explain the strategy. Number 1 for our Q&A. A W for some more examples of this specific trade. All right, and if you guys type the number 2, type up your questions too. All right, what is the time frame? 30-second time frame, guys. I pinned it in the chat. I think it disappeared, but I pinned it in the chat earlier. The exit strategy is either targeting the previous swing high or the swing swing low, depending on long or short. All right. Did you trade today? Nah, I didn't take a trade today, yo man. We didn't take any trade today. Last week we took 3 winners. This week we took 1 loss. Vukarin, you're just spamming all the things right now, bro. Pause. Chill out. You can, guys, Days, you said can you use a strategy on the 1 minute or the 5 minute? Yes, you can use this on any damn time frame. Now, why is that? Because every single time frame shows trend, shows volatility, shows momentum, and shows strength for a while in either direction, okay, at certain times. Yes, TradingView charges for second time frames. I have the premium subscription, so I don't really care about it, or that's what I use. But some other platforms allow you to use it for free, like TradeOvate and NinjaTrader, or you can use this on the 1 minute. I have some students using it on the 1 minute and they're already getting payouts as well using their fundeds. So you can do that on the 1 minute too. By the way, again, we trade live every single morning with the Discord, with the team using the strategy. So if you guys want to see me apply it and know how you guys can apply it yourselves and see someone using it, you guys can watch me use it every single morning. Okay, because that's the goal. You guys should learn how to become independent, confident traders. And the way you can do that is by learning the creator of the strategy, apply the strategy, and you can adopt their thinking. Okay, where do you put a stop loss? I would put my stop loss for this trade. The way we put our stop losses for every trade is at the low of the momentum candle for a long position. Okay, at the low of the momentum candle. Yeah, I don't know why TradeView charges for it. It's kind of stupid, but yeah, it's a strat entering off of momentum candles after a pullback. Exactly. Momentum candle after a pullback, but we also have to follow the 3 criteria that we use beforehand, which we'll go over. Let's show another example real quick. Let's show another example. Okay, this is a trade we took. We'll only show you examples of trades that we took just so you guys can see that we actually took them. It's not just hindsight trading, right? Even though that would be good examples, but like, again, like you guys can already see, just visually seeing, this is an A+ environment to take some trades, but I don't trade in this time. Why? Because markets are not moving in the way, or this is out of my trading window. I only trade the first 45 minutes of market open. Okay, if we go to, okay, Tuesday, I swear we took a trade Tuesday. No, I took a trade Monday last week. So let's go over Monday's trade. We took 2 trades on Monday. Okay, we'll go over it right now. Okay, very, very simple. So P&L, entries and exits. We actually got exited on accident right here because it hit my stop loss wasn't dragged all the way down. The green arrow right here, this blue like play button is where I entered off of. This pinkish one is where I exited. It got hit my stop loss and I re-entered right after because it exited me out on accident. I dragged my stop loss at the low of this blue candle. This pink arrow is where I exited for take profit right here. Right? Honestly, it exited me right here for a 1.2 RR, but we went to target a 1-to-1. So I'll take the more profit. Personally, I'm okay with more profit. Why do I trade the first 45 minutes? So that's a good question, Jasmine. The reason I trade the first 45 minutes only is because that allows me to minimize room of error and only take the best of the best trades, which are going to be 1 to 2 trades a day max. Sometimes 3, sometimes 0, right? But on average, 1 to 2. Okay, I only take the first 45 minutes to trade because that's when I have the most focus and that's when the market environment is moving the best for my strategy, from my experience. I've tested the first 2 hours and I found the first 45 minutes to be the best for my strategy, at least with my experience, right? I tested it like a year ago. So maybe now it could be a little different, but from my experience, it's still been performing very well for the first 45 minutes. How many macros do you recommend for new? Okay, so if you guys are trading with fundeds, my rule of thumb with risking and how many contracts to enter with, even with any strategy, not just mine, but with any strategy, is risk a percentage of your drawdown per trade. Either 10 to 30% of your drawdown per trade. If you have a higher win rate, risk a higher percentage, like 20, 30%. If you have a lower win rate, risk 10 to 20%. Okay? That'll allow you to go based off of how much wiggle room you have, not on your account size. Okay? Yeah, straight. We'll go over an example of a short. But the reason we took this trade, again, why? 200 SMA, right? First criteria, 200 SMA was sloping up, right? This thing was sloping up. Perfect. We have the what's it called? Price action, price structure clearly doing what? Clearly uptrending, right? Clearly uptrending. Okay, perfect. All that's left for us to do is wait for a pullback. Oh, wait. Beforehand, we forgot to do 30-second. We forgot to do the last criteria, the third criteria. Okay, the third criteria states that is price able to hold above the moving average line for a while? Okay, if price is uptrending and 200 SMA sloping up, is price able to hold above the moving average line for a while? In this case, it is. Why? Because it's holding above the moving average line for at least 10 bars. Perfect. All that's left is a pullback and a momentum candle while respecting all 3 criteria. That's it. We're not trading. We're going over a recap over the past 2 weeks. Okay, and explaining my strategy. So, enter on the momentum candle right here. You guys can see pullback, right? What is a pullback? A pullback is a retracement that's not too far back, breaking the lows, right? And it's not too short. Okay, a healthy pullback. That basically consists of 2 candles or more. We got that right here, right? Pullback of at least 2 candles, some hesitation. That's what I like to see. Perfect. And we got a momentum candle. All right, momentum candle. We enter off that. All right, that's our entry confirmation. Now, if you move, let me move this so you guys can see exactly why it's a momentum candle. Right, so what are the criteria for being a momentum candle? Strong body, small wicks. Okay, that's exactly what we got here. Strong body, small wicks. So we enter off of that, right? Not these, because these have a small body and huge wicks. We enter off that, stops where? At the candle low. Take profit, either at the swing high. Now, can someone tell me why we don't target the swing high in this case? I want to see if you guys are paying attention. Why did we not target the previous swing high? Yes, 30-second time frame B trades. 30-second time frame is the one that I use. Now, why did I not target the previous swing high? Can someone tell me why we didn't target the previous swing high? Or what did we target instead of the previous swing high? What did we target instead of the previous swing high this time? Normally we target the previous swing high, but what do we target instead and why? Please put an example if you have 25. Kudayo, if you have a 25K, risk a percentage of your drawdown in terms of 25K. Like your drawdown will be what? 2 grand, 1.5K, 1 grand, whatever it may be. Risk a percentage of that. 20%. Okay, you guys said 1 to 1. Okay, some of you guys are getting it right. So the reason we didn't target the previous swing high, because for my strategy, the way we do our take profits is we either target the previous swing high or we target a 1 to 1. That's it. 1 to 1 or previous swing high. Whichever one gives us a better RR is the one we're going to target. In this case, which one gave us a better RR? 1 to 1. So what are we going to do? Target a 1 to 1. You guys can see right here. Entry on that candle closure, take profit right here. We actually got filled for a 1.2, 1 to 1.2 RR, right? Banged off that. I'll take the extra profit. Don't mind me. I'll take the profit any day. But yeah, guys, we banked off that. So by the way, we trade live every single day in the Discord with the team. If you guys want to see me apply this strategy every single day for free with the Discord, you guys can see that and be part of the team and be part of the community. I trade live every single morning, 9:20 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday, with the team, completely for free. Okay? Nobody else is doing it like that. Nobody else. All right? All the education, all the sauce for free. Let's do it, y'all. In the Discord, join up in there. Right? Be part of the team. Be part of the team of winners. I trade futures. Yes, I trade futures. I just want to trade, bro. Come on. The market just closed. You already want to trade? For the downside, is the momentum candle same long, small way? Exactly. For the downside, let me see if I can find a downside play. Okay, these are a little higher risk downside plays. You could say this one, actually. This one's a pretty good one, but I didn't enter this one. Guys, we didn't take this one last Monday. Reason being is because it was really close to the previous swing low. But this would be a B plus setup in my book. B plus setup. Okay? B plus setup. Now, why is this a valid trade? Why is it still a valid trade even though it's B plus? Why does it still fit all the criteria? Because if we look at all the criteria, what do we need to see? 200 SMA, sloping down, right? Sloping down, perfect. First criteria showing us bearish. We have price structure showing signs of a downtrend. Perfect. That's also bearish. Now, what do we have left? Right? Third criteria. What is the third criteria? Is price able to hold below the moving average line for a while? Okay? Is it or not? In this case, it is. Great. So all that's left for us is to wait for a pullback and then a momentum candle in direction to the downside to take a play. Okay? So we get that exactly right here. Now, why you guys, okay. Can someone tell me why we wouldn't have entered off this black candle right here? This one right here. Let me point to it so you guys can see. Why did we not enter off this black candle? Tell me. Why did we not enter off this black candle? Can y'all tell me why? What is the reason why we didn't enter off this black candle after the pullback? We had all the criterias. Why didn't we enter off this momentum candle or this black candle? Long wick on top. Long wick. Yes, you guys generally are right. Long wick. Some of you guys got it wrong, but most of you guys did get it right. Okay. Gotta ask Darryl real quick. We didn't enter it because of this long top wick, right? If you really want to give a rule, we want the wick to at least be less than a quarter of the size of the body. Like if I had to put a rule on it. But We can't see a big top wick. We want a candle that has a strong body and small wick. A huge body and small wick. Now, we did get a little bit of a move down, and we had another pullback, and we got a momentum candle right here. This is momentum. Why? Because you could see very, very small wicks and a huge body relative to the recent price action. Okay, that's perfect for us to enter off of. So we enter on the candle closure of this momentum candle. Stop loss goes at the high of that momentum candle, and our take profit goes either at the swing low or 1-to-1. In this case, 1-to-1 gave a better RR than the previous swing low, right? 1-to-1 is bigger than 1-to-0.15. So what are we going to do? We're going to target 1-to-1, let that boy run, hit or take profit, call it after that. Next trade, okay? This was the next trade that we took. We just went over it, the long setup. We had everything sloping, MA line sloping up, uptrend, holding above the moving average line, pullback, momentum candle, enter on the candle closure, stop us to the low, take profit at 1-to-1, bang, baby, bang. This trade was with my momentum scalps. This is actually a separate strategy. This is with a momentum micro scalp. This is similar to the momentum scalps, but it focuses more so on momentum than trend. Okay, this is called the momentum micro scalp strategy. Okay, momentum micro scalp strategy. What time frame is this on? This is the 30-second time frame, David. 30-second time frame. What time frame do you use? I use the 30-second time frame. Lucho, this isn't always my stop loss size. This was by far the biggest stop loss size I've had in a minute for a while. Because this was back Monday whenever we had our biggest trading day. Like literally, like we moved like 1,600 points in the span of one day on NQ. This was that day. So this was like the biggest stop loss I've ever had in my entire like trading like period for this style of trading. Dace, I'm telling you, trading works when you keep things simple. When people overcomplicate it, that's when it makes it hard to be profitable. Yeah, last week was crazy. That's why we killed it. Last week there was so much volatility. We were able to milk all that for some good profits, right? 11K day right here. Add up the numbers, 11.5, right? Amazing day. When we had that volatility last week, we were killing it. Killing it. This is the 200 SMA. Expert 200 SMA. If you guys want to add this on your chart, go to indicators on TradingView, type moving average simple. You're going to press on this one, moving average simple. You're going to add it to your chart. It's going to be like this. You're going to double click on it, or you're going to go to the settings in the top left of your indicators where all your indicators are listed. Change the length to 200. When you do that, it'll line up with this right here. You're going to keep that there, and that's exactly how I use it, right there. Thank you for explaining everything. I started following you, and you will join your Discord. Guys, of course, Days, we trade live every single morning with the Discord, with the team, completely for free at 9:20 a.m. Eastern time every single Monday through Friday. Except tomorrow, though, because market's closed. Stock market's closed. We're not going to have volatility, so there's no reason why we should be trading. It's not a good environment to be trading in. We're going to see a lot of chop. Okay? On NinjaTrader Leo, you're going to have to use that risk to reward tool to be able to calculate it and automatically put it. But I calculate on TradingView, and I enter and I adjust it on NinjaTrader. Right? I do everything, all my drawing, all my tools on TradingView because I love the platform, but I take my trades on NinjaTrader. That's my broker. No, actually, that's a good question. You said, am I done after one winning trade? I don't finish after one winning trade. There's some days where I've taken multiple trades, like 3 trades a day. There's some days where I've taken 0 trades a day. But usually, I take 1 to 2 trades a day. Sometimes it could be 2 winners. Sometimes it could be 2 losses. Sometimes 1 winner and 1 win, or 1 winner and 1 loss. Sometimes 1 loss and 1 win. Whatever it may be. But 2 to 3 trades a day is usually my max. How many trades have you taken this year? Geez, this year, I don't know. This year, I probably like... Oops. Well, we lost that wherever we were. But it's, guys, the strat is so simple. Please, all of you guys, keep your strategy simple, bro. That's when you guys will see consistency in your trading approaches. Here's a short play. I think someone was asking for a short play that we took. Right here. We entered off of this. If you guys want me to break down this trade, we can break down this trade too. Why did you not decide to trade today? I didn't decide not to trade today. It just happened to have no A+ setups. just happen to have no A plus steps. We can run through today too. Okay, type a W if you guys want me to explain this trade right here, this short play. Type a W to explain this. Type a number 1 if you guys want me to go and recap why we didn't take a trade today. And type a number 2 if you guys want me to do a Q&A. Just a regular Q&A. W's if you guys want me to explain this trade. Number 1 if you want me to recap why we didn't take a trade today. And number 2 if you guys want me to do a regular Q&A and continue answer you guys questions. All right. I see some 1s. I see some W's. I see more W's. But we'll go over the trade. We'll quickly wrap this trade up, and then we'll go over today's why we didn't take a trade today, right? It's really important for you guys to know why we took this trade and why we didn't take a trade today, so you guys can understand when it's not an A+ environment to take these trades, right? The environment and the context of the trade is so important. It's just as important as actually entering and exiting the trades. Can this be done on the 5-minute? Yes, David. That's the beauty of the strategy. You can trade on any time frame you want, any time frame, like literally any time frame. Because every time frame has trend, has momentum, has volatility, so you can do it on any specific time frame you want to. Also, you can trade on gold, metals, currencies, stocks, whatever you want to do it on, because every single market has trends as well. It's not just NQ that has trends. Every market has trends. Okay? So, let's go over this specific trade. Okay, we're not trading right now, bro. Hater, I don't have no group. I have a community, and I live trade every single morning, Monday through Friday, for free in the Discord every single day. And you guys see my trades. I go live every single day, telling you guys as well when I get in, when I get out, my live thought process as well, because I share my screen, and you guys can see all of that too. What made you pick 30 seconds? I like it. I like it as weak. Personally, I just like scalping. I wanted to try scalping because I never tried it, and that was like my 2 years into my trading journey. I never scalped. I'm like, let me give scalping a shot. People are doing good with scalping. Let me try it. So I tried scalping, and it ended up working well for me, right? I applied the strategy. It didn't work out for me well in the beginning, but when I applied the strategy, built it myself, and did through trial and error and built it myself and refined it, I started to get consistency out of it, and I didn't want to switch to anything else, right? It's best for my trading approach. So if you guys want to watch me trade live, it's in the Discord community. You can join up on that. If you click on my profile picture, go to the links in my bio, click on the link tree, click on the AroTrades Discord community button, and then press on the join button. That'll take you to join my community. Okay? Are you long-term profit with this just a strategy? No, it's just a strategy, right? I've been using the strategy over the past year and like 4 months. If you want, go to the Discord. I have all my trades documented too with the entries and exits. I show you guys when I get in, when I get out, my P&L, everything. So you can see, like, 2025, we've been killing it. 2025, we've been killing it. Maintaining, I think, over a 70 to 75% win rate, which is very solid compared to like a 65 to 70% win rate last year, 2024. So you guys can see all the trades there too. And when I live trade, you can see, and you can go on my YouTube. I have my live streams there too. I trade live on YouTube and on Discord. Okay, so let's go into this trade. That's what you guys want to hear. Let's go into it. So why did we take this trade? So why is it a valid trade? First things first, right? 3 criterias. Okay. What is the first criteria, guys? What is the first criteria? Let me know. What is the first criteria of the 3-point checklist to be able to trade in the direction of the trend, to find the high probability trend plays? What is the first criteria? Okay? Tell me, let me know. Let me know in the chat, y'all. What is the first criteria? Below 200 SMA, 200 stay, daily buys, double tap. SMA, yes, exactly. You guys are all generally right. 200 SMA, downtrend, yes, exactly. That's exactly what I look for. 200 SMA sloping down. That's what we want to look for this setup specifically, for a bearish play. In this case, yes, 200 SMA sloping down. Perfect. That covers the first criteria. So we're looking for a bearish play. Now, second criteria, which is in the recent price action, downtrending. You guys can see we broke past all. We were chopping up a little bit back here, right? You guys can see back and forth price action. What I told the Discord on this day was I want to see us break past all these lows to show some strength to the downside for us to look for a bearish play. And that's exactly what we got. We got strength to the downside. We got a pullback. We got no momentum candles yet. Okay, well, before we go into actual how we entered, you guys can see first criteria, 200 SMA sloping down. Second criteria, downtrend price action. Third criteria, holding below the moving average line for a while. Great. Every criteria is showing bearish in line together. Perfect. All 3 criteria are now in line. All that's left for us to do now is for us to wait for a pullback, like this, a pullback like this, and then a momentum candle in the direction of the downtrend. That's it. That's it. Okay, so we get a move down, we get a pullback, and we get no momentum candles. Okay, we didn't enter off this candle because the top wick was a little too big. And then we got no momentum candles up here. Why? Because this candle had a large top wick, this candle had a large top and bottom wick, and this candle had a large bottom wick. So all those candles weren't a good entry. Came down, we pulled back again. As soon as we got our momentum candle, we entered. Right now, why is this a momentum candle? You guys can see literally no top wick, literally very small bottom wick, smaller than a quarter of the size of the candle. Entered off that candle right there, closure of that candle, right? Target is the previous swing low, which is this one and this one. These two are very prominent swing lows, okay? I didn't want to target this one because we were a little choppy in terms of price action, and I didn't want to target this one because we had less than a 1-to-1 RR. So what do? Target plain old 1-to-1, keep things simple, that's it. Didn't want to do anything else, okay? Plain and simple. By the way, guys, we trade live every single morning with the team, with the Discord, with the strategy, completely for free, Monday through Friday at 9:20 a.m. Eastern. Okay, that's all. That's for free. Also, I have a full A through Z guide on my YouTube that you guys can watch if you want to learn how to trade from a complete beginner standpoint. Okay, teach you guys from literally step A to step Z. If you've never touched a buy or sell button in your life, I promise you, if you watch that entire series on my YouTube, right? If you go to my YouTube channel, same as my YouTube TikTok name, AroTrades. Click on that playlist right there. Go to the playlist tab. Click on that playlist. Watch all these videos top to bottom. It'll set you guys up so you're literally ahead of 99% of traders. Like 95% of traders. I will guarantee that if you apply everything I tell you. Okay? All that is for free. I don't have a course. I don't have a signal, whatever. I don't have like a paid community. All of it's for free. Right? The issue with that is some of you guys aren't going to take it for seriously, which is okay for me for now. Some of you guys are not going to take it seriously. But if I see a lot of guys are fooling around, there's a lot of like people messing around the Discord, fooling around, like not making it a good space for traders, we'll have different goals in terms of that. We might switch things up. But my Discord is completely for free. My YouTube is completely for free. All that's for free. The only thing I charge for is one-on-one private mentoring, one-on-one private training. Okay, that's when I hold you guys' hand and I teach you guys everything that I've learned, all my trading skills and all the lessons I learned based on where you guys are currently at, right? This isn't where I sit and regurgitate my strategy to you guys. That one-on-one training is whenever I hold you guys' hand and teach you guys and fill the gaps in your guys' learning. So you guys can learn a 12 months worth of lessons in the span of 12 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever it may be. Do you have a consult I can book? Yes, Devine, I have a link. If you guys want to book a call with me to see if you can be qualified for the one-on-one program, I don't take on a lot of students at once. If you guys want to book a call to see if you're qualified for the program, go to my profile picture, go to the link tree again, and then go book a call on the Calendly, on the AroTrades mentorship application. Once you book a call, you guys will be able to talk, and we'll see if you're qualified for the program and see how much work do we need to take you to your end goal, right? And that'll all affect the price. Dace, you said how much is that? I can't give you a set in stone price because the price of the one-on-one program depends. Jesus Christ, I just moved my desk. Depends on where you're currently at, your experience level, how much you know, what you've tried, and how much work we're going to require to get you to your end goal. Okay, that's it. Why am I trying to sell? Fully. Everything I teach is on my YouTube as well. All the information is on my YouTube. I don't think you've seen my YouTube before, but I have a full 6-hour guide that people would charge for all the information through a paid course. In my mentorship, you're not going to learn any secret information. My mentorship is for you guys to fill the gaps in your learning because everyone can go watch a bunch of YouTube videos. The hard part of watching YouTube videos is learning how to apply the information. That's the hard part. Yes, I trade NASDAQ. That's the hard part. Being able to apply it based on your current situation and your current mistakes and maybe what you've done so far is the harder part, right? I can give a general step A to step Z guide, but a lot of people are going to make mistakes. You guys are not all robots. You're not going to make zero mistakes. You're bound to make mistakes on your own progress. But that's why the mentorship is for, to help you guys keep you accountable, keep you in line. Just like imagine you're trying to learn how to play the piano. If you're trying to learn how to play an instrument like the piano or whatever, you trying to learn it on your own is going to be a lot more difficult, a lot more tedious, and a lot longer than if you went to a piano teacher or whatever, piano tutor or whatever you want to call it, to train you and teach you how to play because they've been through the experience, they've been through all the mistakes, they've handled all the bullshit on the side, and they're trying to teach that to you directly, right? Watching YouTube videos on how to play the piano is not the same as learning how to play piano from a tutor. Okay. Why I make so much money profit doing trading, do consult for money? Because I want to teach traders one-on-one. And that takes a lot of time out of my day. So as exchange from you guys shortening your journeys, saving 12 months, learning 12 months of lessons in 12 weeks, getting that value, we exchange value in that sense. Right? If I'm going to spend 1 hour, like literally every single week, multiple weeks, talking with traders and curating an approach to help them and working with them one-on-one, that takes time out of my day. So because of that, I charge for it. But my Discord is completely for free. I trade live every single morning completely for free. My YouTube education with 6 hours of information, A through Z. A lot of traders don't even have an A through Z guide. A lot of traders don't even have an A through Z guide. They charge money for their course, which I believe should be free. Education should be free. But mentoring, one-on-one mentoring privately shouldn't be free. Because that takes time out of, first of all, education isn't even free because you guys pay for college. That stuff is not free, first of all. But mentoring one-on-one, personally, I think because it takes time out of my day, that's the only reason why I charge for it. If I can help all you guys out one-on-one, I would, but that would take way too much time out of my day. Way too much time out of my day. Right? You guys all pay for college and say that education should be free. Like, don't get me wrong. I think education should be free as well. But not everything in life is free, right? You exchange value for value. If you save 12 months of mistakes and time, costly mistakes that'll cost money and time, and you learn all those lessons in 12 weeks instead of 12 months, that saves a lot of time and money on your end. And you're exchanging value for someone else. You're paying for your time with your money, right? That's just how it goes. Mentorship programs that's how it works. Instead of spending 12 months, spending all that time, you spend your money to buy you that time, right? You guys are all going to pay for my mentorship program regardless. All the lessons for it regardless. It's just, do you want to pay with your time or you want to pay with your money? How do you want to pay? That's all up to you guys. Do you want to take 12 months, 15 to 20 hours a week to learn all the lessons? Or do you want to spend 12 weeks, learn all the lessons from someone who's taught a bunch of traders and taught himself to turn profitable? Okay? So why spend your time learning for money if you are profitable? What do you mean? Because I can't just go make $1 million off of trading. You can scale with time. I can't just make $1 billion straight just because I'm profitable, right? I don't have infinite psychology. I'm not a robot, right? If I trade with more size, that's why you say, that's the common question a lot of people ask. Oh, if you're profitable, why don't you just trade more and take bigger size? But because I have psychology, I'm not a robot. If I see my P&L going up by 20,000 or 30,000 per point, that's going to affect my mental because that's literally money right there disappearing to thin air. Okay? But if I can generate different sources of income as well and help traders as well, which fulfills me as well, because you guys already see community for free, YouTube education for free. I wouldn't do that if I don't enjoy trading and I don't enjoy teaching. So in my spare time, because my work takes literally an hour a day, in my spare time, I take a few hours out of my day to teach a bunch of traders one-on-one privately because I just want to. It makes me feel good. I like trading. I like teaching traders, right? And it makes some side income. I'm not going to lie. Mentoring does make me money as well. That's an extra source of income. Who wouldn't like extra source of income? When trading is your only source of income and you have weeks that are red, it's kind of hard to stay sane. For me, it's not bad at all. I'm fine because I've been trading for 4.5 years. I've been through enough losses to like suffer a week or two of losing or even a month of losing. I'm fine if it was my only source of income. I never did mentorships until a few months ago, like back January-ish. So like I'm totally okay with it. I'm totally okay with trading being my only main income. But the fact that I can help traders out one-on-one and actually, like one of my students, Hunter, if you guys are in the Discord, you guys can see Hunter type pretty often. He's part of the community. We helped him scale from literally $0 over the past 2 years of his trading journey. Once he came to me, within 7 weeks, he was able to withdraw 25K. 25K from profit. Sorry, 9 weeks. The first 9 weeks of coming to me, he was able to withdraw 25K from fundeds. All right? So that's why I always preach. If you can, invest in a mentor. You guys don't have to invest in me, but invest in your education, right? That's how I approach things whenever I try to learn something. Whenever I'm trying to learn a skill or some sort of education, I'm going to invest my time. I'm going to invest my money to buy you my time. That's the only way you can save your time and buy yourself time. Spending your money, right? That's the only way. And everyone has money. Everyone has money. It's just, are you spending it on things that are going to benefit you and change your future or stuff that are going to keep you where you're currently at? You guys have to change that mindset. You guys have to see, am I spending on shit that actually matters or shit that's going to cook me in the future and not get me better and make me more money and add additional 10K to my income per month? So You guys have to think. You just have to figure that out for yourselves. Is your Discord link in your bio? Yes, my Discord link is in my bio. It's completely for free. You guys can join up on there on the community. It's all there. All right, completely for free. Every single morning we trade live with the team, Monday through Friday. All right. So I think we're gonna go over specifically. Also, again, if you guys want to book a call for the one-on-one program, it's in that same link tree as well in my bio. It just says AroTrades mentorship application. All right, book a call. We'll see if you qualify. Again, I don't work with that many traders as well. So I need to see if you qualify first, and if you're a good, like valid student, right? You're not going to just waste my time. You're actually committed. And there's a few other questions we're going to ask you as well. But fill out the application, book a call. We'll see how you do. So let's go into today. Where is it, bro? So, is live trading free? Yes, I trade live every single morning for free with the Discord P-lifts for free. Live trading is for free with the Discord. Okay. How we get in payroll through though as traders? So depends what you do. If you trade your own personal account with futures, that's gonna be with the 60-40 tax on futures. But listen, I'm not here to give advice on that. I don't give advice on that. Not allowed to. Not gonna do it. But with prop firms, you're taxed as income. It's not 60-90 rule. Okay. P-lifts, I don't have it set in stone right here. I don't have it set up so I can show you. But if you go look at all my trades over the past year, my Discord with my entries and my P&L, you can see that as well. It's, what's it called? 70% win rate since start of 2025. We've been killing it since 2025. So check that out. Thanks for the content. I'm off to view your video content tomorrow. Let's get it, Aiden. Let's get it. So, put the nah, Adrian, that's crazy. Adrian, you're crazy, bro. Fine, Adrian. You know what? I'm gonna make you a W right now. Hold up. So right now, guys, we're gonna break down why. Hold on, why can't I? Okay. So, put the fries in the bag's crazy. So let's go over why we didn't take a trade today. Okay. Are we group? Okay, Ben. What? Are we group gooning today, or was it? All right. Someone's got to get Ben out of here. Anyways, so let's go on. Okay. Do you guys? Yeah. Okay. Type a W in the chat if you guys want me to break down why we didn't take a trade today. Why there's no valid opportunity. Type a number 1 if you guys want me to do a Q&A. Okay. Let me know. Number 1 if you want me to do a Q&A. W's in the chat if you want me to, what's it called? Explain why we didn't take a trade today. Yo, man, I know you've been asking for it. I think we'll do that instead. We'll quickly go over it. Nah, that's crazy, guys. Adrian, now saying that with Adrian in the chat is crazy. So, guys, you guys heard the strategy, momentum strategy. Here's why we didn't take a trade today. Okay? First of all, let's go in replay mode. I'll show you guys why we didn't take a trade today. We'll play forward today so you guys can see. Like, I don't remember what happened today that well. We'll go as we go. I'll tell you guys what happened as we go. So you guys can see it's not necessarily, it is kind of hindsight because I know what happened, I remember, but I don't fully remember. So we'll take it as we go. So if we play this forward, okay, actually, so right before market open, we have to first see what do we want to do. Every time market opens with the Discord, with the live team, I tell the group, I tell the Discord, I'm like, all right, I'll tell them, are we having a bearish bias going to the market or bullish bias? Or what do I want to see to get a bearish play or bullish play? You said live trading with you is free. Yes, Amon. We trade live every single morning in the Discord for free. Completely for free. Okay? Tune into that. For free. It's all there. Education, community of winners, like-minded traders as well. Other profitable traders too. Okay? So tune into that. Watch the trade live every single morning. I give you guys my live thought process, my live analysis on the live calls, and my screen as well. So you guys can see everything. When I'm getting in, when I'm getting out, everything. Okay, thanks. I've retested, backtest all what you have been said. It works. Fire expert. I'm glad to hear it works, man. I'm glad it's working for you too. Okay, so let's go over it. So first thing coming into market open, this blue zone marks market open for me. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Right now, what is the 200 SMA doing? Or not right now, but right now as in the replay. What is the 200 SMA doing? It's just barely sloping down. But if we look past in the recent price action, it's been going up, down, up, down, up, down. So no consistent movement. Okay. But if we take a look at the price action too, price action has been very choppy. We were doing a very weak uptrend until, I know you guys can't see the right, but until we started breaking past that, started forming a downtrend, but then we picked it back up, a mini retracement, breaking above the MA line, and we fell back down. So this is what I told the Discord. I'm like, all right, if I want to take a bearish play, I'm going to need us to break below all these lows, make a strong move down, pull back, and then momentum candle, and I'll enter there. But for a bullish play, I'm going to need to see us break back above the MA line, right? Follow the 3 criterias, hold above it for a while. I need to see the 200 SMA slope up, and I also need to see price action holding an uptrend, and then we'll take an entry potentially somewhere there. We play this forward. What do we get? Okay, perfect. Price dumps. No momentum candles. Okay, no momentum candles yet, right? We got mini pullback. I want to see at least 2 candles for a pullback. We got a mini pullback. We play it forward. Okay, another move. Okay, we're getting a pullback. Perfect. I'm still open to taking a momentum candle to the downside if we get it, though. If we get it. So, I don't take this momentum candle. Now, why do I not take this momentum candle? Even though it is, right? It's a momentum candle. We had the pullback. Why don't I want it? Because the candle closed below the swing low, right? That's like saying, imagine this is our trend. This is our market. We enter right here, literally below the candle's previous swing low, and our stop loss is right here, and we're expecting a lot more out of price, right? We're now wanting price to make another long move down and potentially let her take profit. But what could happen is price could do something like this, where it moves a little bit more, stops us out, and still continues moving down, and it's still a valid trade. That's why I want, ideally, my momentum candles to be all the way back here, right? Near the pivot point, okay? That's why we did not take this trade, but this was, I would say, a C plus trade. If we take it, let's just see what happens on the C plus trade, right? We're not going to target the swing low because literally we can't. That's literally past our entry or before our entry. So we target a 1-to-1 with this, right? We didn't take this trade, by the way. This is not what we took, but let's see what happens. Okay. Hesitation. No momentum candle. Again, this is also another momentum candle, but why do I not enter it? Because, again, it's past the previous swing low. Okay, I can't even target the swing low. If I target 1-to-1, it's the same case as this candle. If I play this forward, I think this is take profit. Okay, did we take profit? Okay, this actually got stopped out. Okay, fire. C plus trade got stopped out. I only take A pluses and A minuses. That's it. A pluses and A minuses. I don't take anything outside of that. B plus, B minus, C. I don't take any of that. Unless I go super small size, I'll take a B plus, but hardly ever you'll see me taking B plus trades. Okay? But you can see, stopped out on this trade. Really close to take profit. It edged our take profit, but we got stopped out, right? This is why I say, don't take C plus trades. And the reason I know this is C plus is because of my experience, right? I didn't want to take it. Even though it fit all the rules, I didn't take it because we closed past a swing low. Just a little tiny bit. Okay? Opinion on Mamba FX is crazy. Okay? I'm still open to taking a short trade, but I want to take a strong momentum candle trade, but not too strong. Okay? Opinion on Daryl. Daryl's a hater. No, I'm just kidding. Daryl's W. What's a swing low? So here, I'll explain what a swing low is if you guys don't know what a swing low is real quick. So we have pivot points, right? When we're downtrading, we have pivot points, higher highs and higher lows, okay? Every time we make a pivot point like this, it's called a high from the top. Every time we make a pivot point on the bottom, it's called a low, right? It's called a low. Okay, Jesus Christ. It's called a low. All right? Now, a pivot point on the bottom is a low, and when we're making lower lows, when we're pivoting lower each time, that is called a lower low. And we're pivoting lower highs each time, or we're pivoting the highs even lower every new high, that's a lower high, okay? Now, a swing low is that pivot, that last pivot, the most recent pivot, that very important, like, strong pivot point. That's that pivot at the low, okay? This is a swing low right here, right? So if we enter down here, if I enter down here and I say, oh, I want to target the swing low, I'll target right here. That's a swing low. But let's say I entered over here, okay? If I enter right here, target the stop loss here, whatever. target is here, the swing low would be right here. Not here, here, because that is the pivot point. That is the most prominent pivot point. Okay? Now, so hopefully that explained and broke it down pretty well. Compares the table with the criteria A+. So Ben, I can't necessarily put those in like rules. If I would, I'd incorporate them with the strategy. The A+, A-, B, C, and D, those all come with experience. That's the intuition part of your brain that comes into play and helps you identify what is high quality, what is A+, and what is A-, and what is B+, and all that stuff. Okay? You can clearly distinguish D and A+, but A+, A-, and B+, that comes with experience. Okay, that comes with experience and trial and error. That's why I say you can't just copy and master the strategy tomorrow, right? You can learn the strategy and apply it tomorrow, but you can't copy it and master it and become an expert momentum scalper, right? You need to be able to apply it, test it, use it through trial and error, and figure out what is A+ in your experience and your eyes. Some of my other students who've gotten payouts using the momentum scalps don't necessarily take the same trades as me all the time. Some of them take other trades that align a little differently. Sometimes they overlap, but not all the time. But they're still profitable because they take trades that are A+ for them and that are profitable for them. Okay? I take trades that are profitable for me. But if you follow the rules and you build A+ and A- rules for your style of trading with the strategy, then you'll perform better. Nah, Adrian, they're interested, bro. That's crazy. So I don't incorporate breaker structures in one low. So we got a really far break of these highs. Okay, so I told the team today, for those of you guys who are in the team Discord, you guys heard me saying this. I want to see a decently strong momentum candle, not something crazy strong where I have to, let's say, enter down here, and I'll have to take profit all the way down here. Something that's slightly strong, but not something too small either, right? Because I want to see some strength since we pushed up a little too strong. Okay, I'm new to this. Really want this to become full time. I'm on TradingView, Cammy. By the way, Cammy, one thing I'd recommend to you is watch my A through Z guide on my YouTube channel, okay? Look up AroTrades on YouTube. Let me guess, I need to buy a premium? Yes, my premium is very expensive, YS. My premium is very expensive. A lot of you guys can't afford it, right? It's so expensive. Like a lot of you guys won't be able to pay $0 for Discord. I know, it's very expensive. I know. You guys can't afford $0. It's so expensive. The premium is so expensive. I know. I hear you. Okay? It's expensive. Free is expensive, right? Because $0.00, that's a lot. That's really expensive. Do you use imbalances? No, I don't use imbalances. It's too much. I know, bro. I can't. No promos until next year. Promos until next year for the Discord. Maybe you can get another $0 off. The futures, yes, the futures are closed. Not the futures, but the stock market is closed. The futures are open, but the stock market is closed. And what does that mean? That means we're going to get low volatility on the market. So that's why I'm not going to trade tomorrow morning. Guys, there's not going to be live tomorrow morning, but back on Monday next week, we will be live trading again. Okay? Cammy, the website is TradingView. Okay? TradingView. That's the website. But go on my YouTube, Cammy, go on my YouTube, watch all my videos A through Z from my A through Z playlist. Go to my playlist tab and press on the playlist. That'll teach you everything you need to know to get started and be ahead of 95% of traders. Okay? If you just go to my YouTube channel, go to the playlist tab and press on that playlist, watch all these videos top to bottom. It'll set you up everything from setting up the platforms, the tools you need, how to approach trading, what is trading, the futures market, and everything else from beginner to advanced. I'm telling you, Cammy, if you just watch that, you'll be so far ahead of majority of traders. Okay? Watch that whenever you have the time to. Okay? Because the longer you delay the time to put in that education, the longer you're going to delay your future success, and the longer you're going to delay your extra 10K a month that's going to be added to your income. All right? So, watch that series. Okay? Futures aren't right. If my futures aren't trading right now, I thought they close later. Tomorrow's Good Friday. Yeah. So, going back to today, the reason why, okay, let's move forward. So I'm looking for something that's not too crazy big, but also not too crazy small. So no momentum candle. This is a too small of a momentum candle. Boom. Big BBC to the downside. Good night, Aiden. Big BBC to the downside. All right. Now we got a big black candle to the downside. All right. Now, this is great, but it's a little too big for my liking, right? We did get a lot of shift in terms of pressure. We did get a lot of shift in pressure, but it's a little bigger than my liking. This BBC is a Drake candle, is a little too big, right? I didn't want it to be a Diddy candle. I didn't want it to be a Drake candle. I want it to be a little in between. In between. Okay, we gotta stop this. All right, it's in between. We want it to be in between. Yeah, there's only a good boy roll for special people. That's it. Okay, so I want it to be an in-between candle. We got a Drake candle instead. And if we entered off this, okay, let's just say we entered. This is a B plus setup, right? We didn't enter off this. This is a B plus setup. Let's just say we entered off of this. Okay, we set our take profit right here. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. So this is a B plus setup. If we play forward, bang, this thing still hits take profit. Now we wouldn't get any other entry because there aren't any other momentum candles throughout the day. I didn't want to enter off this candle. Why? Because the bottom wick of this candle is too big. You guys can see that's literally like a third of the candle size. I didn't want to enter off of it. This candle, too big. This candle was a momentum candle, but we're so far into the move, right? We're so far into the move. That's like saying if I enter right here, let's say I enter short right here, my stop loss is down here, price can easily go do this and still be a valid uptrend. Or sorry, downtrend. Okay, valid downtrend, and I'll be out. Okay? So that's why I don't like to enter when we're too far at the end of the move either. And because it was such a big candle, we're also asking another whopping 30 points from price. So I like to take trades where I don't ask much out of price. That's the beauty of this strategy is you take your piece of the pie and you run with it. That's it. You piece of the pie and you run with it. Okay? Again, we trade live every single morning with the Discord, with the team, with the strategy for free. It's expensive. I know. For free, it's expensive. Okay, you guys can tune into that Monday morning because tomorrow we're not going to be live because Friday markets are closed. Okay, we're not going to be trading. We're only trading when the markets are open. All right, Monday we will be live 9:20 a.m. Eastern time in there. Do I always take 1-to-1? No, I don't always take 1-to-1. Mike, in this trade, if we took this trade, we target the swing low. Why? Because I either target 1-to-1, right? 1-to-1, or the previous swing low, whichever one gives me a better risk to reward. In this case, the previous swing low gave me a better RR, and that's exactly what I did. Okay? This is the only strategy I trade. Yes, Simon, this is the only strategy I trade. I trade my momentum scalps and my momentum micro scalps. The micro scalps are a little different strategy, but they still revolve around momentum, right? Everything I trade is around the momentum model. It's called the momentum model built by AroTrades, right? Built by me. You're not going to see any other trader trading the momentum model, and if they do, they're probably not trading the same thing that I'm trading, okay? Because I built the shit myself, not using any sort of like YouTube videos, anything. I built it myself through trial and error. I literally took random trades that my brain aligns with. Guys, if you guys want to know how I built the strategy, I'll tell you right now. I don't say this a lot because it sounds embarrassing, but the way I built this strategy is I disregarded every indicator, every whatever tool to find trades, and I became just a pure price action trader. I was using sort of price action, but I became a pure price action trader. No rules, no nothing. No entry criteria or exit criteria. I just said, screw it. I'm only taking trades whenever my brain feels like it's valid to enter. And I'll exit for around a 1-to-1 RR. 1-to-1 RR. Okay? That's the only rule I had. 1-to-1 RR trades. That's it. 1-to-1 RR. So what did I do? For 3 weeks, I took around like 30 to 50 trades a day. 30 to 50 trades a day for 3 weeks. Okay? I took trades from wherever my brain aligned with for taking trades. And those trades were unprofitable. Don't get me wrong. They were all majority was unprofitable. But what I found after tracking all those trades and putting them all together was that I found the best trades, the trades that won most of the time, were in line when we have strong moves in price. And what is strong moves in price based on what we've went over? Momentum. Okay, momentum. So that's exactly what I did. I took a bunch of random trades, 30 to 50 trades a day. I didn't have a rule on how many trades I wanted to take. I just said, okay, I'm going to take trades for the first 2 hours of market open. I'm going to completely disregard every rule, everything except the 1-to-1 RR. And I'm only taking trades wherever my brain feels like it. I took a lot of trades. But the trades that worked the most, when I looked back and I tracked the trades and I went over all that data of hundreds of trades, was that the best trades aligned with whenever there was momentum, whenever price is moving really strong in one direction. So what did I do? I built a strategy. I built rules around taking those trades that line up with the winners, okay? That line up with the winners. And then I built rules to prevent me from taking trades that lined up with majority of the losers. So I minimized the losses and I maximized the winners. And in the end, through months of refining, I came down to this strategy, which is the momentum scalps that I trade now every single day. through trial and error of building a strategy from literally like poor behavior, right? Like someone might call that poor behavior, whatever you want to call it, right? It's not going to look pretty. It's not going to look sexy, whatever it may be. Okay. This is just test, trial and error on finding your own edge in the market based on how you trade. Exactly. Well, no, that's exactly what I did. Everyone has a different strategy. Just use the one that works for you. And that's exactly what I did, right? I was tired, bro. The first 2 years, I was jumping strategy to strategy every few months. Nothing was working. So I said, screw this shit. Fuck this shit. I'm scrapping everything. And I'm just trading pure price action, no rules, just one-to-one RR, keeping things simple and consistent. Okay. And with that, I found after analyzing all of those trades, the best trades, the profitable trades happened around momentum. And I built rules around only taking trades around momentum. That's exactly what allowed me to become profitable through testing and refining. And that's, if you guys want to find your own strategy, you should give that a shot yourself. Try scrapping everything from your charts and becoming a pure price action trader with no indicators and just leaving a one-to-one RR. That's it. That's it. Okay? Try that out, and I'm telling you, you'll probably learn a lot about how you like to trade, because there's times I was trading in chop, getting caught up in chop, times I was trading in trending markets, and I found trading in trending markets allowed me to trade the best and make the most amount of money. Okay, so I restricted to only trading in those environments. But with that being said, in theory, I'm liking this more than ICT. I've been trading just to backtest. Yes, backtesting is also very important, right? Unfortunately, I had to go through this like trial period through forward testing, right? Because 2 years ago, backtesting platforms weren't as effective as they are now, right? You couldn't necessarily replicate the live market as you can, for example, with FX replay, or play forward the lower time frame while watching the higher time frame. But now you can. So backtesting is so effective because you can quickly do that trial and error and get past all that experience with literally just a week instead of spending weeks trying to go forward test it on the live market, right? That's what I preach to all my students, guys. If you are benefiting now and you actually want one-on-one training with me and help you guide you, hold your hand and fill the gaps in your learning and give you that last final step that'll take you to profitability or get you from complete beginner all the way to the final advanced level trading, book a call with me. We'll see if you're qualified for the program and we'll see if you're valid to work with me. Okay? Because and I'm telling you, it's not going to be free. That program costs money. If you want to learn general information, watch my YouTube. That'll give you information generally. Watch my Discord completely for free as well. I trade live every single morning. You can watch me apply the strategy. But if you want one-on-one private coaching, private training, where I teach you guys how to trade directly from where you're currently at in your experience level and fill in the gaps in your learning, that's where the program is for, that one-on-one program. Okay? You guys can book a call if you go to the links in my bio, click on the link tree, press on the AroTrades mentorship application, and then book a call there. All right? It's kind of what I've been doing, taking no trades, just learning how price moves. That's fire. B-trades, that's fire. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. And find and build rules to taking a few trades a day, right? Because I didn't take 50 trades a day for the rest of my trading strategy. As I built rules, and those rules allowed me to take less and less trades a day because I was taking higher quality trades. Instead of taking 50, I took 30, 20, 10 trades a day. And then as I was adding more and more rules, we went down to 5 trades a day, 3 trades a day. And then some days we took 0 trades a day. And then slowly I'm like, I'm getting consistent. I'm getting more profitable trading days of a high win rate with a one-to-one RR, and I started increasing my RR and trying to test out different RR ranges. And I was like, okay, we'll target swing lows from now on instead of doing one-to-one, or swing highs and swing lows. And then I was like, okay, actually, I don't like having a negative RR. We'll do one-to-one or swing high or swing low. Why is an application if you pay for it? Because I have to first talk to you privately and see on a consultation call if you're even qualified and what's your experience level at before I see what the price is for the program for you, right? Because the price all depends on how long we're going to work together. If we're going to work together for 12 weeks, then you're going to have to pay a different price than someone who's going to work with me for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, right? It's not going to be the same price because there's a different amount of work to be done to get you to your goal. And the price reflects that work that needs to be done, right? If there's more lessons to be learned and more work to be done, price is going to be more because you're cutting up more time. But if there's less lessons to be learned, there's less time to be spent, then it's cheaper. It's not the same price for someone who's going to need more work, right? It all depends on how much work. That's why I can't give you guys a set in stone price, right? But it's not going to be free, right? For sure. Do you want to get Telegram? I don't use Telegram. And I don't join no group. Don't join no groups. Only groups you should join are ones that where people trade live for free or trade live, and they'll actually help you. You like their strategy. You'll benefit from learning how they trade. Okay. Oh, let me close my door real quick. My bad. My door was like a mile away. No, I'm just playing. I went to go get my water bottle too. Thirsty after Top K. No, I didn't take a trade. We're just doing a recap on the different trades, why we took no trade today. So for those guys who are in here, we're going over why we took no trade today and why this trade right here was a B plus setup and why we didn't take it. Because I only take A plus and A minus setups. That's it. Okay. If you play this forward, right, there's no valid setup. All I'm waiting for myself to enter is another pullback and a momentum candle to the downside. Okay, if we play this forward, no momentum candle. We break past the side. We do get a momentum candle, but I didn't enter off this. Why? Because we already are showing signs of an uptrend. We're breaking what? That second criteria, right? Second criteria states that we must be in a downtrend to take a bearish play. We kind of pushed up a little too strong for my liking on this move. That's why I was like, I need a strong momentum candle. But I still didn't enter this because it was too big of a candle. Okay, move down, pull back. We entered off. Sorry. Not we entered. We did not enter this off this candle. Because why? We broke past this high, this swing high. Okay. I'd like to thank you again and again. You're so kind. Of course, expert. Expert, you said, bro, you gave all this info free. God bless you. I'm still backtest about moment. It clearly going fire. That's good. Alright, why do we have a bot Darrow in here? There's a fake Darrow in the chat. What is a fake Darrow doing in the chat? No, we're not trading right now. Okay? Guys, will the strategy work in the next market cycle? Ben, I've been using this in the past year and almost 5 months. So I've literally been using it for an entire year's worth of market cycles. So I don't know what you consider market cycle, but as long as the markets are moving strong, which is going to, there's going to be days where we have a lot of volatility. I can catch some trades. And if we end up having chop days and no more volatile days and no more trading days where we have a lot of trend, then I'll change my strategy. I'll add a consolidation strategy, right? There's nothing bad about that. You just got to adapt to the market environment, right? If the market environments are now choppy and there's no more trend days, I'll build a consolidation strategy. It's not hard building a strategy. Now, because I've been through the mistakes, I know the tools and the process I have to incorporate to be able to catch trades in a consolidation environment and build a strategy around it, or in a trend environment, right? Different strategies, but I know the proper process to understand how to build a profitable strategy. And my psychology is already down. I've been trading for 4.5 years. Psychology is not a problem for me at all. I'm okay with taking only one loss on the week and that being my only trade for the day. Right, you guys saw it this week. I only took one trade and that was a loss. But we're still up really good from last week, 35K. So we only lost what? 32 point. We're only up 32.5K across the past 2 weeks. And like, if my dumbass can do that, y'all can do that too. KGM, appreciate you for the gift. So, stream is still under. Can you explain a strategy in ICT terms? All right, I do not trade no complicated strategy terminology, so I cannot explain ICT. So I only keep it in simple terms. So. Personally, can't do that. Only 35K. We need to change this down here. If we keep going up, if we continue making more, we need to change this down here to potentially higher. Like 40, 50, potentially. I trade on 5, Frank. 5. How do you Zorb? Can you use your strategy in scalping consolidation? No, you can't do it in consolidation because my strategy revolves around trend. You need strong trend in the market to be able to take these trades. You can't trade when there's no strength. Yes, Apex. My strategy is a momentum scalping strategy. If your goal is 20K, how you map out the risk? I don't necessarily have a goal. Guys, this is the mistake a lot of traders make. And I'm not saying you make this mistake, brother, but the introvert. But you shouldn't set a goal on how much you want to make monthly. That's where a lot of traders go wrong. Because when you set that goal and you're not approaching that goal, your brain starts to think subconsciously, or it starts to affect your thinking, your conscious thinking, and you're like, oh shit, I'm not hitting that goal. Maybe I should trade heavier size to make sure I hit that goal. Oh, but then you don't realize the downside of that. If you trade heavier to try to meet that goal, you also increase the downside risk you take on. And you don't want to have that additional risk when it's not aligning with your strategy. And because you're still thinking about the goal now, the monetary goal, your mind is not fully zoned in on the process. It's not zoned in on your strategy and executing A+ and executing the way you're supposed to, right? The focus gets shifted from focusing purely on the strategy and gets shifted towards a little bit about money, maybe making your goal, maybe hitting a profit goal, whatever. So, like, my piece of advice to you is don't set any goals on monetary, any expectations on how much money you want to make, because there have been months where I've lost money. In my past year and 3 months of being profitable, or year and 4 months of being profitable, I've lost I've had 2 red months. 2 red months. Yes, American Dad, it does. It does allow you. You should have to make sure your trades align with all of their rules, right? In the past year and 4 months, I've had two losing months. The first month was at my 3rd month, back around a year ago, whenever I made a mistake on my own end of going on tilt because I was focusing on the profits and my payouts and trying to scale up too quick. The 6th month was because I was just on a regular losing streak, and it's just a regular month, right? There's going to be times where you have a losing month, right? Out of like 15 months, 16 months, I've had 2 red months and 12 green months, right? I can't have every single month green. And that's the reality of trading. There are going to be green days, green weeks, sometimes red weeks, red days, and even sometimes red months. Just slightly red, but you have to be okay with that. That's why you can't set goals. Some days I'll push past that goal, I'll make way more. Some days I'll not push past it. Some days I'll make less. Some days I'll be red. But it's all a matter of just applying my strategy, because I know if I apply my strategy over a long period of time, I will be profitable because my strategy is profitable and I have my psychology honed down. My risk management is on point. I'm not trading inconsistent, random position sizing. It all makes sense and follows my rules. And I have my discipline to follow my rules and be able to profit off of my profitable strategy. Okay, if you can do all 4 of those, I guarantee you guys will turn profitable. I guarantee it. If you can have all 4 of those down, a profitable strategy, your psychology on point, and not making any stupid mistakes. You're not taking random trades. You're taking only trades that align with your rules, and not FOMOing. You're staying disciplined. You're following all of your rules, and you have proper risk management. You know how to properly size into your trades. If you do all that, I guarantee you guys will turn profitable. Guarantee it. With time and with experience. Spent 16 years trading in the Forex, different broker, and only lost. KGM, watch my YouTube. I'm telling you, KGM, watch my YouTube series. That'll help set you up on the right path. My YouTube series. Go to my YouTube. On YouTube, type AroTrades, same as my TikTok name, and go to my playlist tab. Go watch that playlist right there, A through Z, top to bottom. It will set you up from literally A through Z. You might not have to watch all the beginner videos, but it'll help to re-engrave all that information into your brain. Okay? I use a momentum trend following strategy. But okay, back to why we took no trades today. Okay, if we play this forward, right? If I told the Discord, because we moved up so strong, I'm going to need to see us come all the way back down here, break past these lows with strength, and then pull back, and then momentum candle, and then I'll take a bearish play. Okay? Or if I want a bullish play, right, remember, I can adapt and take a bullish play. For a bullish play, what I want to see is... Hold on, let me move this. So for a bullish play, what I want to see is I want to see price pushing past above the moving average line, and I want to see it maintaining a strong uptrend. Okay, and we'll catch a move probably at this point after a strong uptrend, holding above the moving average line and us sloping above it. Okay, if we play this forward, okay, we're moving down. Okay, I'm not taking any trade if we're sitting in this area. I want us to break past these lows. That's it. Right, and again, I get off my trading at 7:15 Pacific time, which is 10:15 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, continue, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. No, we didn't fall back below these lows. We were trying to break it, but we didn't break it. Right? That's why I'm not taking this momentum candle. Even though it's a momentum candle, I'm not taking it. Why? KGM, appreciate you for the gifts. Why am I not taking it? Because we're not able to break below these lows with strength. Okay, so I don't take it. You see what happened? It lost. It lost. We play it forward. Okay, now we're out of my trading zone. Well, let's just see what happened outside my trading zone, right? Now we're slowly starting to break it. Not strength, though. Not quite strength, but we're breaking it. Okay, we got this momentum candle here past the previous swing low. I'm not entering off that at all. Not the best forming momentum candle. This one, kind of better. We didn't close below the swing lows. We just barely, really, really close to it, but still valid enough to enter off of. If we do 1-to-1, let's see what happened. Smack take profit. There you go. That's it. That's all you need to wait for. That's all you need to wait for. Wait for all the rules to be hit, and you're fine. You're okay. You'll have a good win rate with a good RR as well. Okay? Plain and simple. Okay? Let's see. Continue trading. What happens? Pullback. No, not a momentum candle. Okay? I'm waiting for another pullback because we already made that move down. Can we respect this downtrend that's still... Okay. This is not... We moved up way too hard, and this is not a valid momentum candle for us to take off of this pullback. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Not in my trading window. Whatever. I don't even trade at that point. This blue zone is my only trading window. Outside of this, I don't trade. All right? That's it. All right, we got to wrap it up soon, so let me know if you guys got any final questions. Remember, we trade live every single morning with the strategy, with the team on the Discord, every single morning, Monday through Friday at 9:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay? So, if you guys want to watch you trade live for free and be part of the community, benefit from also the extra educational resources in there, and be part of a community of winners, a team of winners, join up on the community and be part of the team and watch you trade live Monday through Friday at 9:20 a.m. Eastern Time for free. Okay? All right, we consider doing 100. I don't know. I don't think there's a point in that challenge. That's a waste of time and money. Because there's no way to do that with risk management. And the only thing that $100 to $1,000 challenge promotes is okay, I don't want to say that word on here, but promotes doing stupid activities and trading with over leveraging without using risk management. And I don't do that. That's not what I'm about. I'm about education, risk management, discipline, psychology, building a profitable strategy, and making trading personalized and individualized to you guys. Right? Learning how to build an individualized trading approach. That's what I'm about. That's what I want to teach. Teach people how to build their own trading strategy. Right? And if you guys, you can use mine too. Build off of that too if you want to. How many hours do you recommend study? I recommend at least a minimum of around 3 hours a day per week is like a decent amount. If you could put in that many hours, listen, you could put in as many hours as you want. You have to understand, the less hours you put, the longer it'll take you. The less hours you put per day or per week, the longer it will take you to get to your success point. The more hours you can put in, the more hours you can put in, the quicker you'll get to your end goal, right? And again, you got to be learning the right information too. So there's sometimes where you could be learning incorrect information, bad habits, and learning mistakes that could cause you to go backwards, and you have to spend extra time and money to unlearn those. That's why I always preach, if you guys have the opportunity, invest in a mentor. You don't have to invest in me or invest in anybody else or whoever you want to invest in, you can. I'm not saying me. I'm not promoting me. But invest in your education so you guys don't have to go through the mistakes and those costly time and money to learn the lessons. Because if your time and money really matters and is important to you, and you don't want to go making costly mistakes over the next 12 months, go and learn from someone who's actually successful and who's actually has value and can help you. You've seen can give education and can help other traders. Okay? If you guys, then you'll have the opportunity of learning a 12-month worth of lessons in the span of 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever it may be, because you're learning from someone who's gathered all the mistakes and lessons and can share it with you one-on-one, which is what I do. So you guys don't have to go through that. You don't have to go through the costly time and mistakes, and ideally get to profitability a lot quicker than you would on your own. A fraction of the time, while making a fraction of the mistakes and potentially a fraction of the cost, because there's a big cost a lot of traders pay before they turn profitable. You talk to a bunch of traders, you'll see 5,000, 10,000, 3,000, 30,000, whatever it may be to turn before they turn profitable. And if you want to minimize and spend a fraction of that cost, then you should invest in your education. That's just my recommendation. That's what I would have done, but can't be a woulda, coulda, shoulda. type of person. My strategy is a momentum trend following strategy. Besson, I don't know if I said your name right, but Bessing Bernard. My strategy is a momentum trend following strategy. I trade momentum scalps. That's what I do every single day, Monday through Friday. It's stupid simple. I break it down on my YouTube. We broke it down earlier, but I'm gonna have to wrap it up, and we'll see you guys live on the TikTok or on the. We'll see you guys live on the Discord Monday morning, next week, because we're not trading tomorrow. Tomorrow markets are closed for Good Friday. Trader. Best thing, I'm telling you, go watch my YouTube series. Go to my account on YouTube. Okay? My account on YouTube. Let me focus. Okay? Go to my account on YouTube, my YouTube channel, type AroTrades. Go to the playlist tab and watch all these videos A through Z, top to bottom. Okay? They'll teach you everything you need to know from beginner to advanced, from A to Z, from setting up your accounts. If you've never clicked the buy or sell button in your life, you'll be able to learn from the series and become a good trader. Okay? If you actually apply the information and pay attention to it. But the trend scalps are you profitable? Yes, Jake. Good question. Yes, I am. I have a win rate of 70% so far, all of 2025. You can check the Oro updates channel on my Discord. I have all the trades documented there, all the trades in the PNL. And I average risk to reward is 1 to 1.5. 1 to 1.5 average RR. How many strategies you tried before finding? I traded a lot days, a lot. I couldn't give you a number, but a lot. Too many to count. Does time really matter with the strategy, bro? What do you mean time? You could trade any time. You just have to test it if the time that you want to trade works. Yes, sir. It works on any time frame. You just need to test it and make it work for your specific style and your specific trading window. Okay? I can't say I make it work with the 15 second because I don't trade with the 15 second. But if one strategy works on one time frame, it should work on every time frame. If it's like a simple strategy. Okay, because my strategy only takes into account of the time frame that I traded on. If I trade on the 30 second, I only look at the 30 second. It works on the 1 hour, the daily, the weekly, the 15 minute, 30 minute, 5 second, 50, maybe not 5, but 15 second, whatever. If you disregard the extremes of every time frame, the strategy works on those windows, on those time frames. Mysterious Mask, you have to test it. You have to test it. You have to test it to see, does it work in the market environment, right? In 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., it might not work every day, but there's some days where we have the A+ market environment. Like for me, Monday, I traded in my first 45-minute trading window, but I lost because just wasn't an A+ setup, or it was the A+ setup, but just lost. It was part of the valid losses that are part of the strategy. There is no best specific time frame. I just found, for me, the best to be the first 45 minutes. That's what I do. Yes, because the crazy volume, crazy volatility that can cause crazy moves, and I take advantage of that using the momentum scalps since we have a lot of volatility. But you can see sometimes intraday, after like an hour into market open, we do still get a lot of volatility. So it depends. You just have to test it on your own. I haven't tested the entire day. I've only tested the first 2 hours, and that was a year ago. And I found the first 45 minutes to be the best and most consistent for me. All right, guys, we're going to have to wrap it up here. So, appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys were able to gain some value from the stream, some free sauce right there. The entire past, 3 hours. So, we'll be live on the Discord. If you're not in the community, we're live in the community every single day, Monday through Friday, except tomorrow. Because markets are closed. All right? Have a good night, Dace. So, tune into that. Be part of the team. Be part of the community. It's completely for free. You can watch your trade live and be part of the community. So tune into that. We'll be there Monday morning. This strategy applied to this market. Yes, 100%. We killed it last week with 35K profit, Amon, with the quote-unquote volatility from tariffs, that market conditions. We killed it. So it's doing very, very well. All right? So tune into that. All right? Guys, this strategy works on any market, any time frame, any time window. You just need to test it. Okay? You see no more than 3 trades a day. I personally don't do 3 trades more than three trades a day. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. It's been too long. Yeah, I don't do more than 3 trades a day. Appreciate for answering all questions. Of course. That's what I'm doing here, bro. We're doing a Q&A. We're here to answer questions, bro. Like, what's the point of me just rambling off of stuff that's not going to help you guys? It's a waste of my time and your time. Right? We got to make it useful. Got to help you out. And not only answering questions, not only does it help you guys out, but it helps me re-engrave all the information into my brain so I can master and better understand all the stuff I'm implementing and explain it better to other people in case other people want to learn too. Yes, guys, you can use this on any market on any time frame. Just you have to test it on a specific trading window and the time frame you're going to use it on. Okay? Because all markets have what? Trend. All markets have volatility. All markets have momentum and everything in between, right? Because of that, you can use a strategy that's a trend following momentum strategy on whatever time frame works. Oh, why is my camera so low? On whatever time frame you desire, right? It's all about finding a time frame and a time window and a trading style that suits your preferences. Maybe you're the type of trader that likes to look at only one market and at one time frame, the low time frames, and scalp like me. Maybe you're a trader who likes to look at the high time frames and swing trade one instrument or one market like every few days. Maybe you're a person who likes to look at a bunch of different markets and take multiple trades a day, or take the best of the best trade by looking at and comparing a bunch of different markets on the higher time frame and seeing what has a better strategy or what has a better setup. Okay? That's like all up to your preferences. All of those will work. You just need to test it. Testing is the key. And that's what I teach. That's what I teach to my students. Best YouTuber to start to learn from, Mario. I'm not gonna tell you anybody else. I'm gonna tell you me, of course, because I make content. I think I'm the best educator, of course. If I didn't think that, I'd be a bad educator. But I think I'm the best educator. So watch my YouTube series. I've built a full A through Z guide for traders to learn how to trade A through Z from complete beginner. Okay? So tune into that. It's all on my YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel, AroTrades, go to the playlist tab, go to the playlist that's put there and watch all the videos top to bottom. You'll learn everything from literally clicking buy and sell and all the way up to how to build and test your profitable strategy and refine and optimize it and get your trading psychology locked down. All right? So, got to wrap it up here, guys. I will catch you guys Monday or on the weekend if you go live. But again, join up on the community, be part of the team on the Discord. Tune into that. Okay? It's completely for free, so tune up on there. Yes, I'm live every day on TikTok, but every weekday usually, not on weekends. But if I do go live on weekend, I'll let you know. Actually, we might be live on TikTok tomorrow. So you guys might see it tomorrow. All right? I might be live tomorrow. Okay? So, let me put this. So we do have something special going on in the Discord. It rhymes. The word rhymes with giveaway. I don't want to say the exact word, but it rhymes with giveaway going on in the Discord. Okay, for a 50K. Okay, so check that out. It's in the announcements channel. You guys can enter it and be part of that whenever you want. The results of it are being released tomorrow. Okay, so tune into that. Check that out. It's in the announcements channel. I will send a reminder too in the announcements channel right now after I end the stream. But with that being said, I will catch you guys in the Discord. Remember, it's completely free. Join up in there. Be part of the community. Be part of the team. Watch you trade live. Remember, the only cost is your future. It's free, but the only cost is your future self, your future success. That additional 10K a month being added to your income. Okay, that's the cost. Like every month you're behind. Every month you're losing 10K potential profit. All right, let's do it, man. Everybody, peace out. Stay blessed. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of you guys' weekend. Well, not weekend yet. We're not rest of your weekend, but have a great weekend. I will catch y'all either tomorrow or Monday. All right? Peace out, everybody. Stay blessed. Take care, y'all. I will catch y'all later. Now let's wrap up the stream on YouTube.